I'm Jack Lynn, alongside Isabel Redford. As Isabel, it's been a long time since I've said that. In fact, I believe it was the beginning or the middle of the second week of March. The last time I said that introduction. Lady Grizzlies Stadium against the Grizzlies tonight. So I'm glad to finally have the headset match. You did the live stream all football season, and I know that you were excited for basketball. So you ready to go this year?
Oh yeah, this is definitely, I've been waiting for this night for a long time, so I'm really excited. Definitely, I'm excited to watch some basketball this season, and it is good to finally be back in it.
As well, and then just get going here on Pregame show. There's about 7 minutes until tip.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Braves Fieldhouse on the campus of Bonner Springs High School for tonight's varsity matchup between the visiting Labette County Grizzlies and your Bonner Springs Lady Braves. Bonner Springs High School, in accordance with the Kansas State High School Attendance Association, emphasizes the importance of good sportsmanship and fair play in tonight's game. And we ask your cooperation in maintaining a safe and respectful environment for all players, coaches, officials, and spectators. Bonner Springs High School staff and administration, along with the Bonner Springs Police Department, will be on hand to assist in tonight's activities. We would also like to take this time to remind everyone that tonight's game is being live streamed so that anyone unable to attend can watch the game in real time on any computer or smart device. If you know anyone unable to attend tonight's game, tell them to simply go to bravesbroadcast.live to watch tonight's game. That's bravesbroadcast.live. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as the Bonner Springs High School Pep Band plays our national anthem. Coach Brianna Ballmer, assistant coaches Heather Wilson and Madison Evans. At guard, the junior, number 10, Kaden O'Brien. At guard, the senior, number 14, Audrey Dewey. At guard, the sophomore, number 23, Landry O'Brien. At guard, the senior, number 24, Shelby Wilson. And at forward, the senior, number 34, Ridley Lynn Sherman. And now your starting lineup for your Bonner Springs High School Lady Braves, led by head coach Peyton Leslie and assistant coaches Jacob Markovich, Jesse Nez, and Cody Scott. At guard, a junior, number 2, Kirsten Leslie. At guard, a senior, number 23, Mariah Noel. At guard, a freshman, number 25, Chastity Sample. At forward, a junior, number 35, Mackenzie Campbell. And at forward, a senior, number 42, Ren Van Cleve.
appreciate when it comes to doing
Three-pointer by Shelby Wilson.
7:10 to go, first quarter.
That's exactly what I talked about in pregame of Shelby Wilson stepping up that offensive production. We're seeing that early.
Calls on Shelby Wilson. Her first personal. Mariah Noel at the line, shooting 2.
She's a matchup for her.
Yeah.
She's the size of a girl, so it's so hard to defend her well. Her first free throws good.
Yeah, you said that perfectly. I mean, she's like, you even just tell that. She just has that aggressive side. She can just take the ball straight to the middle.
Second free throw for Noel. Bins. 5 they will be able to throw it in. Have to get used to saying the first name as well, since two girls with the same name. There's Andrew kicking it out to Ruben here near the corner. Now Varsity, maybe with the ball right there, defended by Noel. Look at him, choose to take and drive for Andrew. Jump stop, kick out to Wilson. Rotation continues, dump inside, O'Brien turns, leans, and shoots five. And the effort, 2 free throws coming up for the junior.
Calls on Chastity Samuel. Her first personal.
Afraid to go up with that ball, and even though she didn't get the basket, she got a nice one.
Landry O'Brien at the line, shooting 2.
Peyton is the junior. 6:30 to go, opening quarter. 5-3 Braves. O'Brien at the line for 2. First free throw is good. 5-4. That makes the score 1-1. 3-4 left to go. Each team goes in. Cassidy Sanders, first place with the one second free throw is good for O'Brien. 5 is the score. Brave half-court set. Now is at the top of the key to set over Leslie straight away. The two no good. Grizzly win. She'll kick it up to Wilson. Quick hit on the full court. County here is O'Brien looking to get there. The goal tries to score. He's stripped. Here come the Braves. No way with the passing. Picked up by
Basket by Ren Van Cleve. Assist by Noel.
Wasting no time is O'Brien. Yellow step.
Basket by Peyton O'Brien.
The second is the score. That was an awesome move.
Yeah, that was exactly what we've been wanting to see out of those girls.
Calls on Landry O'Brien. Her first personal.
And throws it into the safety. Bounce pass inside, deflected by Landry, and it's picked up by Dewey. Landry is not on the floor by any means, but gets a steal on an interior pass, and here's a chance for Levesque to take the lead. Here's a kick out to Wexler, who fresh off the bench, launches a three that's short, and it's rebounded by O'Brien.
You can definitely tell these girls are what
Calls on
tonight.
Mackenzie Campbell.
Rare seeing
Her
that
first
early
personal.
here.
Ridley Lynn Sharon at the line, shooting 2.
Ridley's first free throws, good. That was up the 8-7 with that count. Each team with 2 team fouls. Number 45 on the board, but I'm not seeing him on the board. Ridley misses the second free throw. Here comes the Braves looking for their third lead of the game. The second. Here comes Leslie. Right down the river. Chases over. Hands it over. On the ground.
that's just an unfortunate mistake. She just took one extra step there, but still good ball movement by the Lady Grizzlies.
Fouls on Andrew O'Brien, the second person. Mackenzie Campbell, the line, shooting 2.
She just charged early down. Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that is something that has really impressed me here early is they are doing a fantastic job of getting after the ball.
In the corner it goes to Jones, who just checked in, tries to make a layup happen, can't do it. There with the putback.
Basket by Ridley Lynn Sherman.
The Lady Grizzlies are doing an excellent job of moving their feet and using their hands to their advantage. They're not getting caught grabbing their feet both
Is Jones. O'Brien on the dribble handoff. Picked up by 2-3 grade zone. O'Brien with it right in front of the Bonner bench. Here's Wilson. Square up, set 3.
Three-pointer by Shelby Wilson.
Her second 3 of the game. Man, she's working on that 3. She could always shoot it, but she's 2 for 2.
I was going to say those. Yeah, I was going to say those 2 shots looked beautiful coming from Shelby.
Basket by Mariah Noel.
Springs 9. Red County breaks the press again. Here's Jones with it at the block. Now Lynn, Rex Winkle, 12-foot baseline, no. Offensive rebound by Rex Winkle, no good. Rebounded by, is that Ridley? As Ridley's fighting for it, and it's a jump ball that stays with the Ridley win.
Possession arrow favors Levant County.
Yeah, she is somebody that works so hard. It doesn't matter what you move forward. She's going to work as hard as she can.
Really well checks going forward. Some fantastic opening minutes for Ridley in the season. Here's Rex Winkle left wide open on the inbounds, 3-pointer air ball.
Fouls on Shelby Wilson, her second personal.
That's Shelby's second. Audrey Huey comes in for her. Coach Shelby. Again, that's too quick on Shelby. I'm not sure that one was a foul, but they called it. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, you definitely want to see her. later on, so it's smart to just kind of set her out now and see how the Lady Grizzlies fare.
No good. Rebound, O'Brien. Here she comes the other way, jumps to the ball, and it's rejected. Out of bounds with it. There's Van Cleve that stays with Levette County. 1:49 to go, opening quarter, 13-9, Levette County lead.
Inbounds goes to Jones, and she travels as she kicked that right foot back and didn't put the ball on the floor soon enough. Turnover Levette County. A minute 47 to go in the opening quarter. Noel will walk it up. She already has 7 of the Braves' first 9 points. A 2-3 zone from Levette County they put upon the team in white. Levette County's in their road blacks. As here's a pull-up from the free throw line. It's good for Van Cleve. Her first bucket of the game. 3 different scores for Bonner Springs. Dewey, bounce pass across the head of the full court press. Here's Jones, and that's going to be a charge. So Bonner Springs gets the ball with a little bit of momentum. Another turnover, as a charge does count as a turnover for Levette County.
Yeah, and I mean, these Bonner Braves aren't going to go away easily, so you expected them to kind of push back and start to fight, and that's exactly what we're seeing now.
Minute 20 to go, opening quarter of the season. Levette County leads Bonner Springs 13-11. 2-3 zone, Bonner Springs faces it, and Leslie travels. Turnover Bonner Springs. That's 4 turnovers here in the first quarter on Bonner Springs. As Levette County does have 5 team fouls compared to Bonner's 2, so that could come into effect if you put the Braves in the bonus early or midway through that second quarter. Here's Rex Winkle in the corner, double team, handles it well. 65 seconds now. Dewey working one-on-one on the perimeter. Skip pass is intercepted by Noel, but then plucked out of bounds. Noel thought it was off of O'Brien, but no, it was not. It'll stay with Levette County. As Naya Anderson is the new Brave on the floor. As she guards the ball, Dewey crosses right to left, dribbles it high, no carry called. The Braves wanted it, not going to get it. 50 seconds now. O'Brien, and that's going to be a double dribble. As Isabel, something I've noticed, these Grizzly turnovers have been a result of playing too fast. Or maybe not playing too fast, but playing out of control.
Yeah, well, I think it's this is their first game of the season. They're excited. Everybody's got those first game jitters. So I think we just got to settle down and focus.
As Noel bricks one off the backboard, hard to rebound, and Levette won't be able to. Here's an airballed floater. Dewey's on the deck with it, trying to clear space, and a jump ball or timeout. A timeout, as that is good veteran awareness from Audrey
that was
Dewey
really good right there.
to call a timeout and save Levette a possession and maybe a lead when we near the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Levette up by 2 with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
Levette County will retain possession of the basketball as we are fresh out of the first timeout of the year. Audrey Dewey called it as she had the ball on the deck and wisely called the TO. 26 seconds to go. Bonner backs off into a half-court defense. It is still that 2-3 zone, but they like to switch man when the ball gets inside. Here's Nevaeh Jones, 15 seconds, has to get rid of it, defended by Leslie. 12 seconds, here's O'Brien, left wing, and she's going to travel. As I believe that's the second, as that's going to be Caton. I think that's the second on Caton, and she's just putting that foot down before the ball. So Bonner has 10 seconds to tie or take the lead.
Yeah, and this will be a huge defensive possession here for the Lady Grizzlies.
6 seconds, here's a skip pass. 4 seconds, back to Noel. 2 seconds. She has to get it off of floaters. In and out. Labette County retains a 13-11 lead at the end of the first quarter. Brianna Vollmer giving high fives all around as Kaiten O'Brien's asking her, why is that a travel, coach? And she's getting a good explanation down there from the first-year head varsity coach in the red and gold. We'll step aside for 60 seconds and be back with quarter number 2 from Bonner Springs.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Both teams break their huddles as quarter number 2 will be underway shortly. It will be Bonner Springs basketball. Isabel, tell us briefly. I know you're doing the live stream too, so it's hard to get a word in, as we will have a cameraman for the future games, but what have you seen from this Labette County team?
Well, I've seen some very aggressive defense as well as just a fairly well put together offense. We're just having minimal mistakes that I think Coach Vollmer's trying to clear up. So hopefully we'll be able to see that kind of mend itself here throughout the next few quarters.
Turnover on Pierston Leslie. It'll be Grizzly basketball as Bonner struggled with some turnovers of their own, and Pierston Leslie has not scored a basket. I know it's early, but she was a big part of that win at Harrison last year. Her and Noel, of course. Labette County with it, half court set. Dewey left side, now to the corner. Nevaeh Jones launches a 3, hits the front iron. Lynn fighting for the board as always, and can't get it. Tries to steal it, ball's in the air, it's up for grabs, and a jump ball is called. It'll be Labette County basketball. Ridley Lynn is unbelievable.
I am shocked right now. I mean, that is just amazing, amazing effort. I mean, she could have easily just given up and run to the other end of the floor, but she stayed with it, got the turnover, and so now we're getting to watch an inbounds.
As it'll be stolen by Noel. A bad pass from O'Brien. That's Kaiten on the entry. Up ahead, Pierston looking for her first bucket, and she traveled. Oh, he's going to call a foul. Coach Vollmer wanted a travel. Man, that looked like a travel.
Yeah.
But he's going to say a foul. Maybe before the travel, I don't know, but Leslie will shoot 2.
I definitely thought when the whistle blew that was the signal that was going to follow, so that was definitely unexpected.
On the foul, they get Addison Rexwinkle, her first, as Leslie makes the first free throw. That's 6 team fouls on Labette, so Bonner is pretty much in the bonus. The next team foul, that will be in effect. So here comes Labette County with the basketball, up by 1 point. They haven't scored for a while. They've been stuck at 13. As here's a foul on Bonner Springs, as I believe it was Ridley Lynn in there fighting around. Or are they going to say it was a shooting foul for Nevaeh? It was. So Nevaeh Jones will shoot 2. Nevaeh's first free throw is short. She'll get one more. Checking in for the Braves is Chastity Samble. She's come off the bench a couple times for the Braves. She replaces Pierston Leslie. As the second free throw from Jones is no good as well. 0 for 2 from the stripe goes the junior. Labette County clinging on to that 1 point lead. Here's Noel, layup, no good. Fights for her own rebound, but so does Jones. Nevaeh Jones, as she was trying to create the jump ball, and that'll send Noel to the free throw line, who is entering takeover mode.
Yeah, I mean, she's come to the point where her team's kind of struggling to score. They're struggling to get some momentum, and so she's just trying to get in there and get it done herself.
Allie Martin replaces Nevaeh Jones, who just picked up her quick second foul. That's 17 fouls on Labette County, so this will be a 1-and-1 for Noel. It was not a shooting foul. Spins, shoots, and makes. Tied up at 13, Noel with one more to come. No substitution, 6:56 to go in the half. Three dribbles and a spin, and it's good. 14-13, Bonner with their first lead since, I want to say, the 2 or 3 minute mark in the first quarter. Labette went up 13-8. It's a 6-0 run from Bonner, batted out of bounds by Noel. It stays with Labette County. That's been a common theme. A couple lazy passes to the outlets, but not bad. Can't complain here early in the season. Here's Dewey with it on the right side. Bonner still sticking with that 2-3 zone as they've really given Labette County fits in recent history. Here's a steal by Noel. Dewey is the only one back there. Layup's good. 16-13. Bonner Springs with the lead. Here comes Labette 90 seconds into the second quarter. O'Brien forces one, and she's fouled. As if the foul would not have been called, Ridley Lynn would have a layup right now as the ball tumbled right into her hands underneath the basket. And they're going to say it is a foul on the floor, as that is the first personal foul on Van Cleve and the fourth on Bonner. Caton O'Brien, the inbounder, finds Rexwinkle over the top. Here's another pass intercepted. Coming the other way is Sample. Her layup is good. Bonner Springs up by 5 now. Labette County has to answer. If not, I feel a Vollmer timeout approaching.
Yes, they do as well. And they just got to look before they pass. They're not doing that right now. Their eyes are not in the right place. And so they are going to have to focus in to be able to run an efficient offense here.
As there is a timeout from Coach Vollmer. As Labette County will still have it. There was no turnover, no foul. It's a full timeout, so we'll step aside. Shelby Wilson checking in when we return in 60 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Labette County trails Bonner Springs 18-13. 5:58 left in the first half. As Isabel, I got to tell you, that was one of the best opening quarters from a Labette County team with a new coach. You start two players who transferred from Oklahoma. They've never even been a part of this Labette County basketball culture, and they looked awesome. But late first quarter, early second, it's just been turnovers.
Yeah, and I think that's something is they might have gotten a little too confident, or they might have thought, oh, we can do this, and they kind of get a little bit more sloppy. So I would like them to see them return to just a clean, crisp offense here.
O'Brien trying to do so on a floater that's blocked. No foul called. Long skip intercepted by Rexwinkle. Looking up ahead, finds Caton O'Brien. Stops at the three-point line, lets it rip, and finds the bottom of the net. 18-16, Caton O'Brien. Labette County had numbers, but she pulled up from deep.
Yeah, and she was so confident in that shot. What an amazing performance there from Caton O'Brien.
Labette County's first bucket of the second quarter. As here's an entry pass tipped high up in the air but recovered, and a jumper's no good. Offensive rebound putback is from Campbell. As here's a pass, Labette County trying to break the press, thrown out of bounds. Turnover Labette County, as they just have to turn it down about 2 ticks and they'd be just about right.
Yeah, everybody's just like a little excited right now, which is fine. But we just need to see some calm, composed Grizzlies out here.
As here's Noel with it on the right wing. Pass to the corner. A quick three-pointer is an air ball deep. Wilson can't find the rebound, but Ridley does. Here comes Caton O'Brien fresh off of a three, looking to get downhill. No charges called. Looked like she pushed off, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Wilson on a jumper, no good. Rebounded by Van Cleve. 4:30 to go in the first half. Here's about a 15-foot jumper, too short. Rebound, Noel. That putback's going to be good.
Rebounded, putback by Mariah.
She has
Noel.
6 points here in the second quarter alone. She had 7 in the first. Here's an entry pass caught by Lynn. Layup, no good. Wilson's putback is on the backside. The two veterans with a nice offensive possession for Labette County. They trail by 4. Noel not picked up. 3-pointer's good. You've got to find Noel. She gives the Braves a 7-point lead.
Yeah, she is definitely the one you want to contain on this basketball floor, so they need to make sure they always know who's got her.
Here's Martin inside, double teamed, has to kick it back out. Skip pass to Wilson. Head fake. She has 8 points. O'Brien gets them to bite. Floater is short. Rebounded by Martin. Another saved possession by these Grizzly bigs. Here's a layup from O'Brien. That's Caton off the mark. Long pass up ahead to Leslie from Noel, and that layup's good. 27-18, largest lead of the game. For the Braves, it is 9 with 3.5 to go in the first half. Lynn's bumped from behind and fouled by Campbell.
Fouls on Mackenzie Campbell. Her second personal.
3 Grizzlies check in. Landry O'Brien replaces her sister, Nevaeh Jones, and Audrey Dewey come in for Ridley Lynn and Addison Rexwinkle. Wilson throws it in, and it's intercepted. Here comes Anderson the other way. Stopped by O'Brien. It's Landry on the floor now. Caton is on the bench. It's man-to-man for Labette County. Here comes a ball screen. Anderson uses it, pulls up from 12, no good, and it is saved, but into the hands of Audrey Dewey. This is a big 3 minutes for Labette County, Isabel.
Yeah, this definitely will set the tone going into the halftime locker room and when they come out in the second half.
Here's a floater from Landry off the mark. 2:50 to go. A long skip pass up ahead to Leslie, and she's fouled hard as she hits the deck. That'll be Wilson's third.
Yeah.
That hurts, as Leslie's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Fouls on Shelby Wilson. Her third personal.
And that will definitely be something that she has to face going into the second half of being careful, playing careful but still aggressive.
Leslie's first free throw rattles home. That makes the score 28-18 in favor of Bonner Springs as Caton O'Brien replaces Shelby Wilson. That's Leslie's 6th point on the night. A chance to make it 7 here, and it's too strong. Rebound Landry. As these O'Brien girls, Isabel, like to push it hard. Here is Caton on a 3, no good, and out of bounds off of Martin's fingertips. It'll be Bonner basketball. Labette County had 13 points at the end of the first quarter, and they've just scored 5 so far in the second, while Bonner's scored 17. Anderson, backup point guard off the bench for Bonner, walks it across the Brave at midcourt. Crossing right to left is Leslie. She's double teamed, throws it with the offhand, a weak pass, but it's caught by Samble. She's picked up by Landry, pass tipped by Dewey, but still in the hands of Anderson. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Bonner Springs. We'd like to thank Labette Health for making tonight's broadcast of Grizzly basketball possible. Other sponsors for tonight's broadcast of Grizzly basketball include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, The Corner Store, Day and Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedic. Isabel, what can Labette County do for this next 2 minutes and 18 seconds to be within, I'll say, 8 points? They're down 10 right now as Bonner has all the momentum.
I mean, they just need to play grounded. They need to focus on the passing. I mean, it's hard sometimes to think in those split-second decisions, but not just turning in and throwing it. I mean, if a girl's standing there, they just need to play smart here.
As here's a smart play by Kaiten O'Brien, picks it off the hands of Anderson, and her floater is good as Kaiten O'Brien completely just caught Anderson off guard as she went for the ball and got it. Here's a travel from Leslie. Is that the call? It's going to be a foul.
Yeah.
Oh, the Grizzly fans here in Bonner can't believe it.
Did not like that.
As they get Landry, that's her third. And that's 9 team fouls on Labette County.
Yeah.
As they sure racked up in a hurry this evening for Labette, as the Grizzlies are yet to be in the bonus. They're 2 fouls away from that. Addison Rexwinkle replaces Landry, who's on the bench with Shelby Wilson, who has 3 as well. 1-1 for Leslie coming up, a big front end here. It is no good, rebounded by Nevaeh Jones. Big opportunity for Labette to get inside that 8-point mark, as dribbling out of bounds off her foot is Kaiten. Turnover Labette County. You have to admire the aggressiveness.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's a good thing to see, especially out of these Lady Grizzlies, but we've just got to learn to control it.
Minute 50 to go. Noel back in the game for Bonner. She has 16 of the 28 as Lynn rips it away and then in return is a foul on Noel, who went for it after Lynn ripped it away.
Fouls on Mariah Noel. The first personal.
As that's just one on Mariah Noel. So Labette County with another chance. With about 95 seconds to go in the first half, down by 8. Held the lead for most of the first quarter. Here goes Jones, and that's going to be a travel as that left foot did drag as she jump stopped there inside. Man, I mean, you take away half the turnovers, it's tied or within a possession.
Yeah, that is definitely a big difference in the game right now.
As that wasn't a problem in the first quarter, but it has been since the end of it. Bonner with it, working it around the 3-point line. It's on the far side by the band near the corner. Entry pass tipped away, stolen. Kaiten with the ball, and that's going to be a foul on Bonner. It'll be 1-1 at the other end for Kaiten O'Brien, as that's the 7th team foul on the Braves. Big free throws here with 1:10 left, down by 8.
Yeah, and the good thing is the mistakes might be picking up. We might be kind of playing a little bit loose, but we're definitely not seeing a lack of effort from these Lady Grizzlies.
Kaiten at the line, 2 dribbles, quick release, and it doesn't find its way home. It hit the back iron and hit the front of the rim twice. It wanted to die in, but did not. 60 seconds to go. Noel head fakes, drives, a floater is no good, and a block is called on Dewey. Dewey wants the charge as she gets up smiling and clapping in frustration, and that'll send Noel to the line for 2.
Fouls on Audrey Dewey. Personal.
As Dewey is upset, not really showing it, but you can tell.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just one of those hard calls that it could have gone either way, but she definitely felt like she was set in that situation.
Noel's first is good. That gives back Bonner a 9-point lead, but man, Labette County has battled. You know, if you're just tuning in and you think, oh, Bonner's up by 9, kind of expected. They beat us last year. We lost a lot of players.
Yeah.
Labette County's held their own tonight by a long shot. They've played really well, but they've just turned the ball over. Noel's second free throw is no good. 9-point lead, it stays. A short jumper from Rexwinkle is too strong, rebounded by Noel. Here she comes with 45 seconds to work, wasting no time, getting downhill, layup no good, and a block on Labette County. I can't believe it. She was barely touched on that drive, and they call a block.
Fouls on Audrey Dewey, her second personal. Mariah Noel.
As that's 2 on Dewey. As Coach Vollmer is getting an explanation down here. I think I know that referee. He was at one of my golf tournaments. He's a great guy.
Of course he was.
I think that's him. As the first free throw from Noel is no good. Back-to-back misses from the senior. That is something you don't see every day as Dewey takes the seat. Allie Martin checks in. 42.5 reads on the clock, 29-20 Braves. Noelle looking to get it back to double digits. Her second free throw's good, but a lane violation on the Braves. So it stays at 9. So Labette County getting bailed out here. They have the ball with 40 seconds to go. Another big-time possession. Here's Martin on the wing, defended by Noel. Kicks it out to the midcourt line. Here is O'Brien. Driving with the right hand. Pivots, finds Rexwinkle. She'll drive. 2 dribbles, a shot off the glass, no good. Lynn fights. She's rejected by Noel, and it's found by Anderson, who saves it inbounds. Or is that out of bounds?
I think that's going to stay with the lead.
It will. As that's right, we got a text from Will, who's watching, and that is the referee. We interviewed this referee at Burlington last year, as that was actually pretty fun to get an inside scoop. We might need to ask him again. As here's an entry pass to Caton off of her knee and out of bounds. Another turnover, Labette County. As I'm not keeping track of turnovers, but it's well over double figures.
Yeah.
10 seconds to go, Bonner with it. Lead still at 9 for the Braves. 6 seconds, high post area. Looking for Noelle. Nevaeh Jones tipped it away. Noelle gets it back, and she traveled. As it'll be Labette County ball with 1.6, but nonetheless, you somehow hung on to a single-digit lead. Granted, something wild happening on this entry pass. As Noelle is checked out of the game and just walks straight back to the locker room. So either she's frustrated and just wants to get back there for halftime, or maybe she's bleeding or injured. I couldn't really see. Here's O'Brien with a good look at the buzzer off the glass and hit the front of the rim and fell out. So at the end of the first half here in Bonner, Labette County 20, Bonner Springs 29. We'll talk over the first half action here in 2 minutes on KLKC Parsons. Halftime here in Bonner Springs. Labette County trails the home team 29-20. As we thank you for joining us here on tonight's broadcast of Lady Grizzly basketball and soon to be Grizzly basketball, as the men's team is out here warming up in front of us. This is the Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore, Newland, and Ray halftime show that you are a part of right now. 7:30 until the beginning of the second half. A few first half stats for you. First for the Braves of Bonner Springs, leading the way is Mariah Noel with 17 of the 29 Grizzly points. Behind her, there were 3 players with 4, Leslie, Campbell, and Van Cleve. As Noel Isabel, I'm not sure how well you remember, scored 20 points last year at Harrison.
Yep.
And I remember the feeling during that game. It felt like she scored 40. I mean, in the second half, they were down and she took over. And she did that same thing tonight. Labette County, if you're just tuning in, this might shock you, held the lead for a lot of that first quarter.
Yeah.
And they were outplaying Bonner in about every phase. And then Noel just took over.
Yeah, it was definitely something where, and I remember that game, and I just kept feeling like she was scoring at will. It was just like we couldn't stop her. And I feel like tonight she's kind of started that, picked that back up. Hopefully, I know Volmer will talk to her because she's definitely the person to watch. But I feel like the Lady Grizzlies have done a lot better job of staying on her. She struggled to get into that scoring rhythm. So I think if we can just kind of maintain her in the second half, that'll definitely give the Lady Grizzlies a good position to take over back the lead. But you're right, she's definitely carrying the Braves on her back right now.
For Labette County, leading the way in scoring is Shelby Wilson with 8 points. She has made 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. It doesn't even feel like Shelby's played 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe even 4, as she has 3 personal fouls, and she's such a vital part, and she's already proved it, of this Grizzly team, especially on that offensive end. But, I mean, I'm curious to see how Volmer plays her. 3 personal fouls. Landry O'Brien, who scored 2 points from the free throw line, has 3 personal fouls as well. So I'm not really excited. I'm more curious to see how Coach Volmer handles. Not that I know she knows what she's doing, but it's definitely not a comfortable feeling when you have 2 great players with 3 fouls. But Kate O'Brien had 7. She hit a 3-pointer in the second quarter. She went into takeover mode there for a stretch. Stole the ball from Anderson, made a layup, stole it again, squared up from deep and made it. Ridley Cherney has 3 points, and like I said, Landry O'Brien has 2. So 4 different players for each team have contributed to the score that you see on the scoreboard, which is 29-20. Isabel, the 2 problems, fouls and turnovers. Some of the fouls were questionable, but there were so many, I don't think it mattered, as Labette County fouled and turned the ball over. How can you fix those 2 things, if not one of them? And I would probably pick the turnovers.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the easiest thing to fix, because sometimes in situations where you think calls aren't going your way or refs are making questionable calls, you can't fix that. You just need to be a good sport, move on from however it's called. As far as turnovers go, yes, I definitely think that's an area that can be improved this second half. I think what happened is they just kind of got back on their haunches a little bit. They kind of got a little lackadaisical, and it's like, all right, we need to be aggressive. We need to move our feet. I think as far as the biggest part of the turnovers, I believe, was passing. They just made 4 passes. They didn't look, when they were going into the post or going inside, they just chucked it and threw it. And it's like one of those things where it's like, all right, we need to just reevaluate, do a bounce pass, or make sure if they're not open, look to a wing or something like that. Because I know those girls know how to pass. They're taught that in practice. I know that they know the fundamentals. They know what they're doing. So I just think they need to just, gather it in, bring all the nerves in, and just make smart passes. And I think you'll see the score swing back in our direction.
Yeah, I totally agree, because a lot of the reason for the 9-point deficit is self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you take away, I said this earlier, half those turnovers were tied or within 1 possession. So it's not as much Bonner Springs outplayed us, which they did. You don't have a 9-point lead and not outplay somebody.
Exactly, yeah.
But it could definitely be so close, as Labette County's been right there with them. It feels so much closer than 9. And that's not even that big of a lead, I'm just saying. It feels much closer than 9. But a big positive is the offensive rebounding.
Yes.
Ridley Lynn is fantastic on the offensive glass. And she wasn't the only one, but I'm sure if you asked a lot of coaches at any phase that coaches any team, men or women, they would pick offensive rebounding if you said, okay, coach, what is one thing that you would love to be really good at?
Yeah,
offensive rebounding would be right there, or defensive rebounding. but this Grizzly team has been awesome on the offensive glass.
Yeah, and that's I mean, I totally agree with you on that, because it's one of those things of that's where the extra bit of effort comes into. That's where you see really where good teams are made of, because that's where, I mean, it's easy if a shot goes up and it's like, okay, yeah, run back down, just run through the motions. But if you have a team that sticks with it and goes, nope, we're going to crash the glass on both ends of the floor, you see a lot of, either A, defensive rebounds and you swing it back and run a transition going the other direction, or it's those quick put-back points, or you kick it back out and then you see points resulted off of that. And so I think a lot of times players don't always notice or see what the benefits are of doing that, and so I'm really glad that these Lady Grizzlies are performing in that way, because they're only going to get better as the season progresses.
Bonner Springs got to the free throw line 11 times in that first half. Labette County just 5. That's something else to keep an eye on. We're 2 minutes from second half play. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break on KLKC Parsons. Pierston Leslie with the basketball to kick things off in the second half, and it's stolen away by Caton O'Brien. Left-hand layup, no good, and a foul is called on Bonner. Caton will go to the line to shoot 2. She's gotten her hands on multiple passes tonight, or not really passes, but more or less just plucked it away, and she got one there.
Caton O'Brien to the line, shooting 2.
First free throw for Caton is good. She had 7 in the first half. She's now tied for the leading scoring position with Shelby at 8. And Wilson is in the game along with, as the second free throw's no good, it's Shelby, Ridley, Caton, Audrey, and Landry, as here's a foul on Caton O'Brien. That's her first personal. Each team with 1 team foul in the second half. Just 30 seconds into it are we. 2-3 zone for Labette County, as they started out in the 2-3 zone in the first half and then switched to a man late in the second quarter. Here's an entry pass, a turn, shoot, and miss. Rebound, Audrey Dewey. Here comes Landry O'Brien with it. Up ahead, Caton lost it, head faked, and pulls up from mid-range, no good. Rebounded by Campbell. Here comes Noel, bounce pass off the hands of Landry O'Brien, and it will stay with White. That is Bonner Springs.
Good effort, though, because that could have easily been a transition layup there for the Braves.
Throwing it under their own basket is Van Cleve. 7:05 to go in the third quarter. Grizzlies clogging the paint on the entry. Here's Leslie, left open, clapped for it, got it, and misses. Here comes Landry O'Brien. Labette trails 29-21. Landry gets an edge, underhand layup, no, and a foul. She'll shoot two. 29-21, looking to get within 6 is Labette County.
And that is one thing with these O'Brien sisters is they're not afraid to take it to the goal from the top of the paint, and that's something I think the Lady Grizzlies have been needing, so this is good to see from both of them.
Landry's first free throw is short, looking to split the pair here on the second attempt. Back on the far side of the court, ready for defense, is Kaiten O'Brien and Audrey Dewey. It's Ridley and Shelby on the blocks. Second free throw is good. 29-22, Labette has done all you can ask. Bonner Springs hasn't scored, and they've scored 2 points.
And that's something where they just need to take it a possession at a time, slowly chip away at the lead, and just play sound fundamental defense.
As here's a three-pointer heaved and canned. Van Cleve. Did not expect Van Cleve to let that one go. She's been on the block all night, and she cans it. She has 7, and that's going to be a block on Bonner Springs as Landry O'Brien jump-stopped at the elbow and looked to maybe push off as the Bonner bench wanted it, but it's a block. That's 3 team fouls on Bonner, 1 on Labette. That's the second on Naya Anderson, a 5'5" freshman guard. Here's the skip pass. Landry lost in the corner, looking for 3, can't get it. Wilson tried to grab the rebound with one hand and couldn't get it. Here come the Braves. 32-22 Bonner Springs. Here's a drive from Leslie. Dump underneath. Ball is on the deck. Labette County has it, but a jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow favors the Grizzlies.
Possession arrow favors Labette County.
6:10 to go in the third quarter. Here's Kaiten O'Brien. Stops at the logo and finds her sister deep left wing, defended by Leslie. 2-3 zone posed by the foes. Here comes Kaiten. A floater is blocked, and a foul is going to be called on Bonner. So that's 2 free throws coming for Kaiten, as she's already shot 2 this half, and so is her sister. So this is going to be free throws 5 and 6 in the second half already for Labette. First one is short, as we've split the pair every time we've gone to the line in this quarter so far, just 2 minutes in. And Kaiten looking to do that here again. And she won't, and the rebound's tipped out by Shelby. Good effort, though, to get around Noel, a bigger body. It'll be Bonner basketball. .550 to go, third quarter. Inside is Van Cleve and Campbell, and they won't get it. Ball's on the deck, and a hold is called on Labette. It'll be Bonner basketball. Or no, they're going to say a foul on Bonner. He was pointing possession the direction. It's going to be a foul on Leslie. I think that's 2. It is on Leslie, both here in this quarter. Here's a skip pass to Dewey in the deep corner in front of her bench. Landry with it, wanted the 3 but won't take it. Here's Kaiten O'Brien, foot of the Brave, midcourt, finds her sister again, wide open, great pass, 3-pointer, short, rebound Audrey Dewey, seal by Lynn, blocked out of bounds, it stays with Labette, but Labette County's finding some momentum. They're down 10, but they're outplaying Bonner here in the second half.
Yeah, and they just need to continue doing that. I mean, you can tell these girls want this, they're working hard, and so hopefully we'll see some shots fall for them here soon.
32-22, the score stays, but Labette County retains possession as it was out off of Van Cleve as she blocked Wilson underneath. Here's Landry O'Brien, set play for Wilson, well defended by Noel. Ridley underneath, head fake, lost it, and it is picked up by Van Cleve. Here come the Braves. Noel, head of steam, carries and scores. 34-22, now a new largest lead of the game for the Braves. It is 12. Dewey options, refers the basketball. Left wing finds Landry. Wanted to fire another one. She'll shoot a floater, and it is blocked, and another foul. As I keep saying blocked and then a foul because the whistle's just a little bit late. As that's going to be 3 on Campbell. Shooting 2 is Landry O'Brien. She's 3 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. Make that 4 for 5 as she knocks down the first. Checking in is Nia Anderson, replaces Kirsten Leslie, who just picked up her second foul. This one wasn't on her, but just moments ago it was. As Campbell, who just picked up her third, is replaced for the first time tonight by Addison Thompson, a 5'10" freshman center. Landry's second rattles home. Labette County has made all their money in the second half from the free throw line, gets it back to 10. Here we see a little bit of that old-fashioned press that we love to see from the Lady Grizzlies basketball program. They trap Noel at half court. She calmly breaks it. Three-pointer from the corner is no good. Rebound, O'Brien stripped away by Noel. Her layup is no good. Ball high in the air. Dewey with it. Here comes Labette County. Dewey slows down, controls, finds Caton, and that's going to be a block on Bonner Springs, and that is going to put Labette County in the 1-1.
Yeah, that's huge.
The bonus.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Caton O'Brien shooting them. That's the second on Van Cleve.
And a huge reason we're seeing this bonus is these girls haven't been afraid to take the ball right at Bonner. And so that's why we've seen them at the free throw line so much, but why we're seeing this transition of fouling. So good effort by the Lady Grizzlies of not being afraid to take it.
Coach Weller of Bonner Springs is having a word with the official at the scores table, as it is 17 fouls for Bonner to 1 of Labette County. First free throw for Caton is good. She'll get another. This can take it back to 8. She's 3 for 5 from the line this evening. 4:24 to go in the third quarter. Foul count has totally flipped from what it was in the first half. Caton's second is no good. Lynn might get it, and she does, and she's fouled! Ridley Lynn with another offensive rebound, goes right back up, and is going to find herself with 2 opportunities from the charity stripe. She's awesome under there.
I was just getting ready to say that. I mean, you can count on her to battle, and even if she doesn't win every single one, she comes up with it a lot of the time.
Ridley's first free throw is well off the mark. She gets 2 high fives from Wilson and Landry. She'll get another. As checking back in is Kirsten Leslie. She replaces Thompson, who didn't get too many minutes in there. She'll have a word with Coach Weller, freshman getting some experience. Ridley buries her foot in the middle of the free throw stripe. Takes a breath, hauls, and misses. And this rebound is snatched down by Noel. The lead stays at 9 for Bonner. 18 fouls for Bonner, 1 for Labette. Here's a nice set play from Bonner, and it results in a foul underneath on a layup attempt.
And I think that'll be 4 fouls now on Shelby Wilson.
Was that her under there?
Yeah.
As Nevaeh Jones, it is. That's 4. Good call, Isabel. Nevaeh Jones will replace Shelby. It's Samble at the line shooting a pair. Samble's first free throw is too strong. In comes Jones replacing Wilson. As you won't see that too often this season, Shelby Wilson won't have 4 team fouls, or 4 personal fouls with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. That's not going to be a common theme, but unfortunately it was tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's usually a fairly clean player when it comes to fouls. So,
second free throw is no good. Rebound Rexwinkle. Bonner just with 1 field goal in the second half. It was a 3-pointer from Van Cleve. Lynn misses a free throw, rebounded by Van Cleve. Here's a dump inside, way over the head of Samble, out of bounds. It'll be Labette County ball. They have had every opportunity in the world this second half, but have failed to convert. As Lynn is replaced by Allie Martin, who's played some good minutes here tonight. Caton O'Brien walks it up across the timeline, finds Rexwinkle, given a cushion by Noel. Now Anderson finds her. Rexwinkle swings it back. Landry, 3:38 to go, third quarter. Labette trails by 9 with the ball. as here's some miscommunication. Here's a steal from Anderson. She doesn't feel Caton, and a timeout is called by Coach Weller right before O'Brien got to Anderson, as Coach Weller could smell the blood approaching. And I think it is a 30-second timeout, so we'll take 30 on KLKC Parsons.
With many
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Welcome back, everybody, to second half action from Bonner Springs. Labette County trails by 9. I'm Jack Leake alongside Isabel Redford. Here's Noelle underneath, gets her own miss and puts it up and in. That gives Bonner Springs an 11-point lead once again with 3:15 to go in the third quarter, as that's just the second made field goal of the second half for Bonner Springs. Noelle now has 19 points, her first bucket of the second half. Here's Allie Martin, high off the glass and good. Allie Martin with her first points of the season. Gets Labette back within 9. Good to see some depth in the post, right?
Yeah, it definitely is a good thing to see there.
As Mariah Noel turns and scores, and here's an errant pass out of bounds. It'll go back to Bonner Springs. Noel with 21 and the basketball, as Bonner Springs, as much as it felt Labette was going to try to get back in it, now it feels like they're this close to going up 15 on us.
Yeah, they're definitely gaining that momentum again. They're getting points to fall, and so Labette County's going to have to buckle down here, or Bonner is going to run away with this.
Ridley comes back in for Allie Martin. Here's a steal from O'Brien, and then a quick turnaround foul after that on Van Cleve, as Caton O'Brien has to have, or is that Landry?
It's Landry.
Yeah, that's Landry.
Her third personal.
And this could also be, a critical thing for the Grizzlies is putting these three free throws away, because they're free shots, and this is definitely a way they can get themselves back in this game.
That's 3 personal fouls on Van Cleve, as you're right, as they've had every opportunity from the line, as Landry knocks down the first. As she has 6 points, all of them from the free throw line, as she makes the second. She's 7 for 8 from the free throw line and has 7 points on the night. Back to 9 for Labette, is now they're right there, Isabel.
Yeah. I'm ready to say they're not going away yet.
No, they're not. Is hitting the deck hard as Anderson, and they're going to get a foul on Landry O'Brien, I believe.
Fouls on Landry O'Brien, her fourth personal.
As that's 4 on Landry, as she had played well with 3.
Yeah.
As she's played pretty much all third quarter and had 3 coming in to the halftime break. Here's Leslie, got lost in the corner and almost made Labette pay, but misses off the front rim. Here comes Nevaeh Jones, 2-on-1. Jones, and a charge is going to be called. As if the foul count was 9-3, that would have been called a block.
Yeah.
If the foul count was in favor of Bonner. But that's just one of those where you kind of have to start to even it out a little bit. So with that being said, it was the right call. It's now 19 fouls for Bonner, 4 for Labette. That's 3 on Nevaeh. 2:05 to go third quarter. Here's a near steal from Dewey, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with Bonner. But Labette County with active hands, active bodies, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, they're continuing to work, and hopefully we see that pay off. But that's one of those things that's going to make this team really good later in the season, is being able to fight no matter what the conditions are.
Inbounds goes to Noel. High post, ball is poked away, and it's on the deck. And it's a steal. Oh, and then it's picked up by Anderson. Caton O'Brien nearly had it. Stays with Bonner. Here goes Noel, looking to go with her left hand underneath. Floater, no good. Rebounded again by Bonner, and a foul is called.
No
Noah
travel.
Wow. And so that did turn out in Labette County's favor, as it had more than one opportunity to do so, and it finally did. Minute 40 to go. Labette down 9. Isabel, they're so close to getting to that 5 or 6 point. As here's Nevaeh Jones trying to make it happen in the corner, but she'll reverse it after a head fake on a deep 3. Here goes Caton, looking for somebody, and she gets caught traveling, as that is credit to the Bonner Springs pass defense.
Yeah, they were very tight on her there, and it was not, I mean, I don't know how she was going to make that pass.
As Labette County's picking them up about full court, not quite, as they lose it again. It's Leslie losing it. Rexwinkle trying to find somebody and finds Dewey. Here comes Labette turning the tables. Dewey, kick out, Caton, squared up 3, short, and tipped out by Noel. It stays with Labette. As, man, you keep thinking one of those is going to fall.
And it would be nice, too, because I think that would just be a great momentum push for these Lady Grizzlies. So hopefully somebody's going to get hot here.
Nevaeh Jones set to inbound, looking underneath, and it's tipped out as Ridley Lynn was calling for it.
She was screaming for that ball.
As it was off the fingertips of Van Cleve. It stays with Labette, but now they'll switch and throw it in from the other block, the right side if you're facing the rim. As players cutting, players flashing, they're looking for Lynn. It's intercepted. They were determined to go inside, and Noel is going to make them pay on the other end with a missed layup, I guess that is, as I'll take that payment. As here's a deep 3 from Van Cleve, and it's no good. Long rebound goes to O'Brien. Here is Lynn, skip pass, Jones underneath, squares up and misses, and Lynn is fouled on the putback.
That was a good, though, by Ridley Lynn of getting her composure set and then going right back up, because that could have gone really bad for the Grizzlies.
Goodness, what a sequence.
Fouls on Brendan Van Cleve.
That's 4 on Van Cleve, as she has 7 points, but she's been a big impact, so that's a big 4th personal foul. Ridley's first free throw is too short. She's 0 for 3 from the line. We'll see if she can get this one to fall. Thompson replaces Van Cleve. Ridley made a free throw early in the first quarter. As Ridley's second rattles in and out, as I think they got a lane violation on Bonner, so Ridley gets another opportunity. As that first free throw was close, the second one was closer. So I'm hoping that we're trending in a certain direction here, and we can get this thing within 8.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's been 9, 11, 13, 11, 9, 11, 13 the whole second half, or the whole 3 quarters actually, as Lynn misses, but Jones gets the rebound. Labette County retains possession. Here goes Caton pulling up from short, and she cans it. Labette County's within 7. Forget 8. We want 7. This offensive rebounding is unbelievable. 30 seconds to go. Full court press again. Now they retreat. They'll pick them up at half court. Here's Anderson. Leslie, almost too open, decides to pass. They find Noel with 20 seconds to go. Labette has battled hard.
I imagine they're going to want to go for one shot here as they continue to click down now under 10 seconds.
Caton with 11 points on the night. 6 seconds to go. Noel with it. Big stop if they can get it. Squares up from deep and misses. And it's going to be on the deck, and the buzzer sounds. Labette County with an amazing finish to the third quarter, and they give themselves a chance, and that's all you could have asked for going into the fourth quarter. 38-31, Bonner on top. We're back in 30 on KLKC Parsons.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Kraus in the house gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
Caton O'Brien, the lone Grizzly in double figures, has just hit the second field goal other than Allie Martin's layup earlier of the third quarter to put Labette County within the closest striking distance since the first half. 7 points it is, 38-31 Braves. Labette County has the momentum. Isabel, they need to play a quarter just like that, but get a few more shots to fall.
Yep, that's exactly what they need to do.
Sounds easy, right?
Yeah, it's easy for us to say up here. But no, they are playing. They've got the effort. They've got they're boarding well. They're playing good defense. So it's just getting those shots to fall at the other end. So we will see what these next 8 minutes hold for the Lady Grizzlies.
As they're still showing 2-3 zone is Labette County, as it is in the hands of Mariah Noel. Kaiten O'Brien faces her. They're looking to get it inside this possession. Noel continues to swing it. Far side back to her. Pass intercepted by Kaiten O'Brien, and a foul going the other way. That's on Noel. O'Brien is going to shoot 2 free throws. Labette is wow.
And as we mentioned earlier, I mean, this is where we win this ball game. I mean, yeah, get the shots to fall on the outside, but if they're calling the fouls right now, these girls need to put these free throws away.
Kaiten takes 2 dribbles and a breath and misses it short. Extended her legs a little bit premature that time.
And based on her body language, I think she knew it was going to miss the second she released.
As good ball players who just have a feel, you can get that shooter's sense down. As she knocks down the second, Labette is within 6. That is 2 shots. They are just down 2 possessions, as earlier you would have never guessed they'd be in this position. But they never let up. Here is Noel, swamped, gets downhill, adjusts, and gets the and one. That is what leaders do, and she's taking over again, or at least trying to, as she's going to try to get it back to 9 at the free throw line.
I mean, that's the best response you can have from, fouling your previous possession and then making up for it with an and one down here on the other end.
As Bonner was held to just 9 points in the third quarter, as we have a lane violation, and it's going the other way. Noel made the free throw, but it's not going to count, as that's been the 3rd lane violation. 2 on Bonner, 1 on Labette. 7:30 to go in the ball game. Labette trails by 8. Still feels like they have the momentum. Kaiten flips it out to Dewey, who head fakes and settles. Dewey with it, manning the ship, pointing fingers. Finds Kaiten on the right side. Here's a long skip to Rexwinkle on the left side in front of Coach Vollmer. Kaiten adjusts, looks to get downhill. Long possession for Labette County. Pass deflected by Anderson, but in the hands of Dewey. She'll whip it into Martin, gets her man to jump and flips it off the glass way too hard. And a jump ball called. It's Braves basketball. That possession just didn't quite have the aggressiveness that we've seen tonight from Labette.
Yeah, it just kind of was, they were trying to figure out, I don't think they really knew what they were running. It just kind of seemed stagnant, so I just think they were trying to get something to roll. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more momentum going into this inbounds play.
As they changed
I was like, wait.
They changed the arrow. It's Labette County basketball.
Okay.
They must have missed the possession after something. I don't know. The ball is on the deck, but Rexwinkle picks it up. Here comes Lynn. Kaiten O'Brien travels as she knew where she wanted to go, and I could tell the whole time that baseline was wide open, and she saw it as well, but got a little bit too antsy. Turnover Labette. As she had a couple of those early, Isabel, but she's cleaned them up in the second half.
Yeah, she definitely has. That'll be, I think, what she has to watch herself this season with is those, just taking that step way too fast.
Here's a pass to Anderson on the right side. Entry pass stolen away by Lynn. No foul called. If anything, that was a foul. As Bonner steals it back after fouling Ridley, in my opinion. As here comes Noel at the left elbow trying to back down Rexwinkle. A short shot is good. Assist Noel Thompson with her first bucket of the night. Here's a drive from O'Brien. Floater block, no foul. Martin with the rebound. Throws it to the corner, to Rexwinkle. Labette County slowing things down in the hands of Dewey. Here's O'Brien pulling up from 10 and connecting. Nice little head fake, 2 dribbles, square up, and a pop. That is fun to watch.
That was a perfect shot by O'Brien, and she is definitely going to be a threat to defenses in the SEK here moving forward.
Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. as here is a timeout after the Braves got across half court from Coach Weller. We'll keep it here and thank Labette Health for making tonight's broadcast of Grizzly basketball possible. We'd like to ask you to stay tuned for our post-game show, and don't forget, this is a doubleheader like most nights and afternoons will be, with the boys team playing after this, but our post-game show will be brought to you by Bowen Pharmacy at the conclusion of this masterpiece of an opening game, as it's been so fun to watch. As other sponsors include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, The Corner Store, Day and Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedic. Isabel, it feels like Labette County has played really, really well in the second half. That lead is still at 8 for Bonner. Tell me why.
I think it's just, we just haven't been able to get shots to fall, and those times we have gone to the line, I don't know exactly what the miss and make ratio is currently, or free throw percentage, but I definitely think it would be a little bit closer if some of those had gone in. But yeah, you're exactly right. They're playing very, very sound right now, and even despite a win or lose of this outcome, they have played so well. So there's nothing to hang their heads about for a first opening game.
If you would have, as we have a quick stoppage of play, I think a clock situation.
Yeah.
After looking at all the names that we read off earlier, Carson, Lauren, Jasmine, Anna, Madison, Ashante. At most high schools, they'd be losing this game by 30 points.
Yeah, you're right.
Because Bonner brings back a lot. Labette County looks awesome. Down by 8 with a chance to win, 5.5 to go.
And basically a full new lineup.
O'Brien steals it from Noel. It's one-on-one. She head fakes and scores! Peyton O'Brien with enthusiasm steals it from the senior leader and scores. Lead is to 6 for the Braves. Peyton O'Brien, do not blink or she's gone the other way. Here's a trap on the far side, and Addison Rexwinkle forces the jump ball. Possession arrow Braves this time.
Still, though, that was phenomenal defense there to get a trap on the wing side.
O'Brien with 16 points. Shelby Wilson back in the game, playing with 4 personal fouls. Labette County could be peaking at the right time. We still need a three-pointer to fall. It feels like we've shot 4 or 5, just something to really bust it here. As here's an entry pass, batted away by O'Brien. You guessed it. She is fantastic on the defensive end. She switches right to left, finds Landry. Guarded by Noel, skip pass to Shelby. Right side, drives baseline, cut off. Finds Martin, bounce pass is tipped up in the air and intercepted. Here come the Braves. As you could feel a shot falling there, Isabel.
Yeah, I definitely thought we were going to get something out of that possession.
Anderson running point, tipped away by Caton O'Brien. Here's Landry, left-hand layup, no good. Caton, follow-up, yes! Labette County within 4. Wow. She has 18 and another steal.
And that was just a beautiful putback. That was flawless there.
As here is a pass thrown away off the fingertips of Noel. Possession Labette County, 42-38 Braves, 4:19 to go, and Ridley Lynn checks in for Allie Martin. Great minutes from Allie there.
Yeah, that was good. But man, you can just tell the momentum has switched. The fans are excited, and hopefully we see some action here.
Here's Lynn underneath, finds Landry, squares up from deep. She hits! She hits! The sophomore connects! First 3 of the second half for Labette. They're down by 1. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Leslie drives, nearly traveled. Here's Noel, shoots from deep and connects.
Three-pointer by Mariah.
As that's a shot, Isabel, she should make, and she did.
And that's exactly as a leader how you want to respond. Yep.
As I
saw that call coming.
A charge on Caton as she tried to jump stop and kick it out for 3, and everyone in the gym knew that charge was coming, and it did. But my goodness, Isabel, this team is
I am so proud of them right now. Yeah. They are just not. They just are not giving up, and that is something that makes good teams great. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. especially with how fresh everyone is.
Goodness
So, yeah, I mean, it's
gracious.
been fun. I mean, you can tell in the gym there's a good atmosphere. It's just fun to be here right now.
As Coach Vollmer did call a timeout, we're not just talking while the game's going on, but yeah, I mean, they're down there in the huddle. Someone must have said something funny because they were all smiling and laughing along with Coach Vollmer. This team looks fresh. This is a game. This feels like February.
It really does.
There were a lot of turnovers in the first half from both teams that felt more like an opening season game or an early December game like this one. But this second half, especially from Labette, this feels like we're in a sub-state championship game. And I mean every bit of that. It is great. As Noel's looking to get over the head of the Grizzly press, and it's tipped out by Rexwinkle. So Labette, even given that senior leader for the Bonner Braves a bit of a fit, as Noel's shown some frustration.
Yeah, she has definitely expressed to her teammates, come on, guys, let's go.
As here's a trap again, but breaking it this time, I believe that's Van Cleve. It is. Here's a floater from Leslie, no good. Putback is no good. A second effort, my goodness, is no good, but a foul is called. That is Van Cleve down there fighting for it. We'll see who they get on the foul. That's going to be 34.
Ridley.
That's Ridley's first. Wow, as hard as she plays, you would assume she had 4. Van Cleve's first free throw is no good. Labette County only down 4, and Noel just hit her first 3 of the second half. She has 3 3-pointers on the night. Van Cleve misses again, but Pierston Leslie gets the rebound, and the putback is good. That hurts really bad.
Yeah, that was definitely an area where the Lady Grizzlies needed to get that rebound.
As that sucks some life, at least out of me. I highly doubt these girls were affected by that, as they'll put that behind them quickly. Down by 6, 3 minutes to go. A little bit more, 3 minutes, 10 seconds. Caton kicks it out to Wilson for her third 3 of the game. Can't find it, but it looked good.
Yeah,
here comes Noel. Wilson needs to try to take a charge, and the layup's no good. As fighting for it is Noel and O'Brien. Noel wins it. Pull up from 12. No good. Rebound Landry. Big stop from Labette. Caton with it. Flips it to Ridley. Ridley looking across the court, finds Wilson. Downhill, layup, too strong. Rebound Van Cleve. Wilson shot it with her offhand, and it just looked a little bit awkward. Here comes Noel. Labette County has to get back on defense, and they do. Here's a 3, way too short. That one was put up by Samble. Rebound Labette. Here's Landry, left open, fires away, and connects! Back within 3 is Labette County. Landry O'Brien with a 3-pointer, 47-44. Labette County's got to turn it up on D. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Here's a deep 3 from Noel. Off the mark, rebound, Caton O'Brien. Labette County with their best opportunity of the night.
Yeah, this is a huge make or break right here.
Landry head fakes, shoots an awkward jumper that's off the mark, and it's saved by Ridley into the hands of Noel. Here comes Noel swerving and scoring on the other end. She has 7 fourth-quarter points. 95 seconds to go in the game. Labette trails by 5.
Labette's going to need to score here.
Absolutely. Here's Caton switching right to left, kicks it out to Landry. Those two sisters are something else. Here's a skip pass to Wilson. Wilson finds Caton, squares up from deep, and it's off to the left. Rebound Noel. As you just have to, well, now they foul. I don't think that was a purposeful foul, and I think that's going to foul Landry out of the game, and it is.
Yep.
But man, what an effort down this stretch from the sophomore.
All of those fouls well spent, as they're going to send Audrey Dewey in for her.
Mariah Noel at the line, shooting 1 and 1.
It's 1 and 1 for Noel, as she hasn't been perfect from the stripe by any means. First free throw is good, makes that one. Second one coming. This could put Bonner up by 7, which feels like a lot, given how the last few minutes have gone. Labette's been within 3 twice. Noel's second is good as well. She's had an unbelievable night. Or for her, it's believable. As Coach Vollmer wants a timeout. 51-44. Bonner on top with 1 minute and 12 seconds to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's Grizzly basketball on KLKC Parsons.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
It's been a fantastic season opening game here in Bonner Springs. I'm Jack Leake, joined alongside Isabel Redford. Isabel Labette trailed by 9 at halftime, played a great first quarter, a sloppy second quarter, and this second half, you will find no complaints from me.
Yeah.
They have looked awesome, and I mean it. They've played great.
Yeah, same for me as well. They cleaned up everything we talked about at halftime, and they have just looked so good. The only thing is they just have struggled getting those shots to fall, but other than that, these ladies have really, really impressed me on this opening game.
In terms of the box score, Labette County's only outscored Bonner 2 points in the second half, but it feels like they've outscored them by 8 or 10.
Yeah, it really does.
Here's Dewey with the ball. Labette County has to score here. Here's Addison Rexwinkle getting downhill. Now Caton O'Brien. Big night from the junior, and it's going to be a backcourt violation on Labette County as Audrey Dewey grabs it, and it'll be Bonner Springs basketball.
And that's just not what you wanted to have happen in that situation. That's just an unfortunate pass there. So hopefully we'll see a defensive stop here on this end.
As Audrey Dewey checks out of the game, replaced by Nevaeh Jones. Down 7, 54 seconds to go, and you got to play defense. Tough spot to be in, but Caton O'Brien's guarding the ball. She might get a steal, and now they're going to call a touch foul on her. It's going to be 1-1 for Noel again.
Fouls on Caton O'Brien, her third personal.
That's 3 on Caton, as she has probably 6 steals, if I had to guess, and only 3 fouls in that one. You know, the ref's going to be more apt to call.
Yeah.
Because you're going to foul when you're down a little bit at the end. Noel makes the front end. She'll get another one. I have 31 down for Noel. I might be a basket or two short, but I know I'm not over, so she has over 30 points. Makes the second one. As she's just the perfect high school player. She's got that good build. She can shoot inside and out. Here's Lynn on the other end, fighting underneath, back out to Wilson. 40 seconds to go. Jones fires straight away off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, cradles, shoots, and is fouled. Basket no good. Didn't really leave her hands as she was stuffed from the front. So Nevaeh Jones will get 2 shots from the free throw line.
Calls on Mackenzie Campbell.
They're going to get Campbell. That's her 4th.
Fourth personal. Nevaeh
Jones has yet to score tonight, looking to do so here. Makes the first free throw. Perfect routine, perfect looking shot, and didn't even hit the rim. Shelby Wilson checks out, replaced by, did Coach take Audrey out?
I think it's either
After that
Audrey
foul?
or Addison.
I think it was Addison
as well.
Second free throw is too short for Nevaeh, but she does get in the scoring column as Caton's doing all she can to give her team a chance, pressing one of the better players in Bonner's respective leagues, as Audrey helps up Noel to her feet as Shelby Wilson comes back in, as it will be 2 free throws. That's 10 team fouls on Labette County.
The third personal. Mariah Noel, the line, shooting 2.
She's 4 for 4 from the free throw line here in this quarter. As when her team has needed her, she has provided and makes this one perfectly. As you know, I hate it, Isabel, because this is one of those games where Labette's going to end up losing by 12, or 10, and it didn't feel like that in any way, shape, or form.
No, it did not.
As Noel makes the second. 55-45, Labette with the ball, down by 10 with 20 seconds left in the opening game. As a pass just thrown out of bounds, and it just into the game crumble. That happens.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put any stock into the final minute of this game if you're a Grizzly fan trying to analyze this team. I would look at the rest of the game. And they honestly, Isabel, these girls are so active. This is a deep team.
Yeah.
They don't look tired at all. They're playing them full court, moving laterally just as swift as they were early. I mean, Caton, if she didn't trip, almost got a steal there, as Noel might dribble it out, but Caton's going to try to not let that happen. As then she's fouled by Dewey, so one final foul from Audrey will stop the clock at 9 and send Noel to the line, as she might be nearing 40 points if I'm a couple baskets short, and I might be, but I have her. I believe that's 34. As she's just had an amazing night, as she had nearly half of her team's points last year. She had 20 of the 49, and she has at least 35 of her team's 56, soon to be 57, should she make this free throw as she makes the first. And she'll miss it. Sorry, Mariah, that's on me. 5 seconds to go in the game. Labette's going to get up one more shot. Hopefully, Wilson launches a deep three, and it's short. Buzzer sounds, and Labette County will fall in the opener, 56-45. But let me tell you, we'll talk about it in the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. It was a lot closer than that. Yeah. With around 2 minutes to go, it was a 3-point game. This team never let up. Isabel will break it down in 2 minutes on KLKC Parsons. Labette County falls 56-45 as Bonner Springs starts the season 1-0 behind Mariah Noel's 37 points. Isabel, she had 37 of the 56. She's hard to stop.
Yeah.
And she goes into these phases too. I know we're not here to talk about Bonner Springs, but she was a huge part of why this outcome was what it was.
Oh, yeah.
She'll go into a phase where she turns it over, gets frustrated, and you don't know she exists. And then she comes out of nowhere and scores 8 to 10 straight points. She did that multiple times tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, everybody on their team did play a role, but she was definitely kind of the leader in this situation. And so, I mean, it's like you said, she goes on these spurts where it's like there's not much coming out of her, and then you kind of, get lost on the defense. You don't really, track her down as much as somebody who's, making shot after shot after shot. And then all of a sudden, you're right, she'll go and pop 8 or 10 off on you, and that's exactly what she did tonight. And so that's one of those things where, you just got to watch that and learn from it. I mean, these girls are young, and we've talked about that. And so it's one of those things where moving forward, it's going, okay, how do you not lose her in the back half? And how do you recover if somebody's just continuing to score on that? Because like we've seen her in years past, she is a very good scorer and very good at what she does. So it's hard to contain somebody like that. So I think it was a good lesson, especially to see that in the first game for these Lady Grizzlies.
As you know, Bonner Springs has Mariah Noel, but Labette County has the O'Brien sisters.
Yeah.
These other girls they're awesome.
Oh yeah.
Love them. Great ball players. But the O'Brien girls combined for 31 of Labette's 45 points. And Shelby Wilson was in foul trouble. And look, I'm not putting any of the other girls down. That's the last thing that I'm doing. But these O'Brien girls look to me tonight that they're going to be the scorers on this team.
Yeah.
Shelby will be too, but she won't have 4 fouls every game in the third quarter. But it's hard for some of these other girls to score when the O'Brien girls are so good at it, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Some of the other scoring is going to be cloaked a little bit and taken away just because they're so aggressive and get out in transition. That's all that means. It doesn't mean these other girls are any lesser of players. They make this team what it is. But the O'Brien girls sure looked good tonight, Isabel.
Yeah, they definitely impressed me, and especially for, they're transferring in. We haven't ever seen them play before. It's like, well, we know they're good, but how good really are they? And I think they set the tone for themselves tonight. I mean, you've got to have some of that sibling chemistry between both those girls, I'd imagine, as you saw a lot of some stealing and passing to one another and different things. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. And while I think you're right, you're going to see a lot of the scoring go to those two, I also think you're going to see the other girls step up and try to take shots and get better at scoring. Because they're like, oh, these two girls are driving, they're going to the basket, I can do that too. And so I think we're going to see not necessarily, I mean, yes, we're going to see two of the biggest scoring come from them and Shelby Wilson, as you mentioned. But I also think we're going to see maybe it spread out a little bit and open up to the other players on the field. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what these two girls bring, and I think tonight gave us all a good taste of what that might be this season.
Caton had 18 points, Landry had 13, Shelby Wilson had 6, Ridley Cherney had 5, Allie Martin had 2, and Nevaeh Jones had 1. Labette County in the first half shot just 5 free throws, and a lot of that was due to the foul count. It was heavily in the favor of Bonner Springs, but in the second half they shot 18 free throws just in the second half.
That's a lot.
So I know we kind of got to move here. The men's game is just 9 minutes away, but this Grizzly team, you want to know my analysis? They are just fine. And they are going to win some games and push as hard as anyone for that SEK League title.
I agree.
That's what I saw. What did you see, Isabel?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm excited. I love watching basketball, and these girls are going to make it fun to watch this season. So I hope you guys stick with us, because I think it's going to be a fun ride with these Lady Grizzlies.
As I say that because there were questions. You lose a lot. You lose your head coach who's won every award possible. All of them were answered tonight.
Yeah.
They're going to be fine. 8.5 to go till the beginning of the second game tonight, which we are just as excited about. We'll step aside for just a 60-second timeout and come back for our boys pregame show brought to you by Tank Connection on KLKC Parsons. A 60-second timeout. Welcome in one and all to our pregame show of our men's contest, Labette County and Bonner Springs. I'm Jack Leake alongside Isabel Redford. As Isabel, similar situation to what we went through with our women's team. Labette County lost a lot of production, but they bring back a lot of talent. As I'm so excited to watch this team play, that's what makes it so fun, is when there are questions surrounding a program, but you know they're going to be fine because you know the talent they possess.
Yep.
Same with our girls team, same with our boys team. What are you looking forward to this season?
You know, I'm looking forward to just the development of certain guys that we saw play last year, like especially like Hudson, Xavier,
right.
Trey, like those guys. Like they didn't necessarily play the star roles last year. They were, they provided a deep bench for us and made some really big time plays for us, late season. But I'm just excited to see, them develop, take on that leadership role, and then of course bring in our younger, newer talent.
As just to briefly go over how last season went, I know this team's a lot different, but it's just nice to quickly recap as Coach Argerbright was manning the ship last year. Labette County lost their first 4 games of the year. It was brutal. Turnovers, couldn't score points. Then they win 7 of their next 9, and boy, were they the definition of peaking. They finished with a 12-10 record, won the sub-state championship, and lost to a Eudora team that could not miss from the three-point line and lost 68-42. So Labette County had ebbs and flows, but there towards the middle and end of the season, other than that final game, it was all up as they were playing so well. But hopefully tonight, we see up right away rather than down. As, a few of the names that we lost, Eli Heston set a record for three-pointers. Alex Meister, as reliable and as good a teammate as you're going to find. John Redford, I think you know him pretty well.
Yeah, I
do. And Chase Carnahan, best defensive player in the SEK.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
So you have a lot to replace, but hear these names. They do a good job replacing. I mean, you have Matthew Boyle this year, Xavier Phillips, Hudson Baker, Griff Eaton, Trey Vinson, and then Joe Page, who was a great defensive end on our football team this year, transferred from Parsons. The 2 transfers, the O'Brien girls from Oklahoma Union, did a nice job tonight. So hopefully our transfer from our bitter rival Parsons can play well tonight. Joe's a great guy. And then, Isabel, you look at the bench, which is a little bit shorter than our girls' team. You have Kagan Bates and Barrett Heston. They're going to have to play some hardy minutes for some of these guys to be able to work in the manner that they want to.
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm excited that that's our young talent coming up behind them, but it's one of those things where that's good. I think that's the biggest question for me is what does it look like down the stretch to be able to play as we're getting tired? I mean, because you don't have as deep of a bench, and so it's like, well, how do you? I mean, and I know Coach has conditioned them well, but it's still one of those things when your adrenaline's going, you're going through the game, and you're sitting there in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and it's like, how much do you really have left in you?
Right.
And so I think and that'll improve as the season goes on, but just especially here, and I think these first few games, that's going to really test these boys on how much can they bring to the table and continue to play and compete, especially with teams that do have a deeper bench.
You're listening to the Tank Connection pregame show of Grizzly basketball here on KLKC Parsons 106.7 FM. As Isabel, there's a few things. We're going to go ahead and take a quick 30-second break in a moment, but there's something that I'm really excited about this year's team, and I'm excited to share it here in 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons. Welcome back to our Tank Connection pregame show here on KLKC Parsons. The starters have their tops off for Labette County. It's Xavier Phillips, Matthew Boyle, Trey Vinson, Hudson Baker, and Griffin Eaton. And Isabel, that leads me right into the one thing I'm really excited about this year's team.
I've been anxious about this.
It is the length.
Oh, yeah.
The things that have hurt us in the past and that we look at and we're sweating in the pregame show when we're looking at the other team's roster. We're like, oh my gosh, 6'5", 6'5", 6'6". Look at this team. That's us.
Yeah.
We have Xavier Phillips, 6'4", Hudson Baker, 6'8", Matthew Boyle, 6'3", and Joe Page, 6'5", not to mention 2 experienced senior guards in Griff Eaton and Trey Vinson, who can score and play really good defense. And not only are these guys tall, some teams have length but no talent. We have length, and these guys are killer good basketball players. That is exciting to me.
Yeah, I could have said it better myself. I'm excited to finally have that height, have that, like, okay, we can compete, we can do that. And now that could come back to bite us because now we don't have an excuse. We can't use height as a, oh, they're bigger than us. These guys are going to have to compete and have to prove that they've got what it takes. So I'm excited to watch them do that tonight.
It at least gives you that little bit of an advantage.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not as good as another team, that height counters just a fraction of that. If you're better than another team, that height really exploits that. And length and height is something that is translated on the offensive and defensive end. So I'm really excited to watch this Grizzly defense in particular to play. The offense under Coach Argerbright will come into its own.
Yeah.
But this length and these athletes, that defense should gel quickly. So I'm excited for that. As they are going to play the national anthem before this game, as well as I got to get used to basketball. They play the national anthem more than once, so I apologize. But we are going to step aside for another 2-minute timeout here on KLKC Parsons. Starters being named off here in Brave Fieldhouse. You want to sit down, Coach? Is that why you came up here? You want to talk to us? You want to talk to us? As Coach Vollmer came up here, we'd love to chat with you. You're always welcome up here. As an impromptu interview with head coach Brianna Vollmer of the Lady Grizzlies. As coach, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's why you came up here or not.
It is.
Okay, great. Awesome. Well, something Isabel and I, there are a lot of questions coming into the season when you lose all that production. All of them were answered, in my opinion.
Yes.
I thought we looked great.
I thought we looked amazing. I think we answered a lot of questions in terms of can we follow a game plan and can we not just freelance all the time. I think that was the biggest question I had is, can we be structured at times and can we just go make plays? And we answered all those questions like you said, so I'm really excited about this team. I know we didn't win, but I have nothing but positive emotion coming from this game and headed into what we've got to accomplish next week in 3 games. So
absolutely is. It was one of those where at the end it bled out to 11. This was a lot closer in terms of the physicality. That second half was Labette County's. Other than that last 90 seconds, it just kind of went their way. You got to foul them. But just talk about this team's aggressiveness. We saw, the O'Brien girls, they'll take it to the rack. Ridley Lynn's unbelievable on the offensive glass. Just talk about that go-getter attitude.
Yeah, and Ridley finished with, I think, 11 rebounds tonight.
Wow.
So I think that reflected how hard she played. And Ridley's been dealing with some adversity a little bit, and we've dealt with adversity this week, and we've had some kids gone and sick, and we finally got a full roster back. Actually, yesterday was the first day for that. So we dealt with some adversity, and, the O'Brien kids bring a different dynamic that we haven't had in a while at County High School. A true point guard, and kids are going to attack the glass and get to the rim and create some things defensively, and it didn't really reflect, and I think this game I thought it was what was going to happen in terms of them running some zone because they don't go that deep, and I take nothing but positivity from it, and we're just going to run with it. I think it's a huge game for us, and I know a couple of the kids were really disappointed in their foul trouble because we talked about that because we knew how aggressive they were about to be, and I think they handled it, and I think I said nothing but positive things in the locker room, and I think that's been our mantra all year long from the very beginning of we're going to do nothing but positive things and keep everything going in a positive direction.
Yeah, as the men's game's underway, but I have one last question for you. Talk about not every game is Shelby Wilson going to have 3-4 fouls in the third quarter. So talk about what we can expect to see in terms of contribution with Shelby Wilson in their full 4 quarters as planned.
I think Shelby just kind of understands a little bit of, I really like these fast kids that are going to drive and attack at me, and I'm going to sit and I'm going to reap the benefits from that.
Right.
And, to answer your question from earlier, they followed nothing but everything I asked them to do in the second half, and all we said was limit it to 1 possession and focus on getting a stop, and then we go convert. And we did that. We just didn't hit free throws in the end. So nothing but positive things. I think Shelby's going to continue to just grow, and she's such a smart athlete that she's going to capitalize on whatever we can hand her.
That 3-point stroke looked pretty good as well. So
it did.
We're so excited. Coach, thanks for coming up.
Thank you.
Feel free to every game.
Awesome. Thank you. That's the plan. All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Coach. As our boys contest is just 1 minute underway. Don't worry, I wasn't going to let you miss out if anything happened. It's still 0-0. As Matthew Boyles with the ball on the deck, looking for an outlet. Can't find one. Turnover Labette County. As that was nice of Coach Vollmer to come up here and find us. Isabel, I know you were kind of watching this game. What all have we missed? It just seems kind of like a grind-out slop fest right now.
I was going to say not much has happened. Neither team has scored, obviously. But it was just Hudson went for a ball. They fouled him on a push, and so it's just been, miss, rebound, miss. So just kind of, I think, both teams moving very fast, trying to get themselves situated here on offense and defense.
Trey Vinson trying to open up the scoring, misses well short on the 3. He's a good ball player, a good guard, and I believe he is. Am I on the wrong side here?
No, you're on the right side.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get caught up here. As it's straight at the line shooting 2, it's still 0-0, so nothing has changed in terms of the scoreboard. Patrick Price is on the floor as well as the first free throw's no good. Brendan Graham, Tavian Cruz, and Cameron Doss. In last year's game against Bonner Springs, where the Braves won 71-61. They had 2 players combined for 25 points. But they bring back Strite, who made the second free throw here. He scored 12 last year on us, and Doss scored 11. Both of those guys are on the floor right now. Keep an eye out on them. 1-0 Braves, 2 minutes in. Griff Eaton being swarmed. Finds Baker in the corner, looks to drive, leans, shoots, and too hard on the floater. Rebound Braves. Up ahead, the floor it goes. Quick pace game. We have a floater is good from Doss. 3-0 Braves. Bonner is playing full quick early, and a full court press is in effect. Here's Trey Vinson, fouled from behind by Price.
Good thing is, though, the boys don't seem to be too phased by this press as they've...
As I can finally catch my breath. As Jaden Young was Bonner's leading scorer last year, scored a dozen on Labette, as I mentioned last season. He's graduated, so similar situations. Both teams lose their leading scorers and reliability pieces, but they bring back a lot of talent. Griff Eaton looking for the first bucket of the year from the free throw line, can't find it. It's one-on-one up ahead, and it's blocked by Baker at the top, but the putback is good from Graham as Baker blocked that one right before it hit the glass, even with the rim. 5-0 Braves, 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Xavier Phillips pulls up from 12, no good. Rushed shot from Labette County. Here come the Braves, 3 minutes in, up by 5, and Baker fouls a cutting Cruz, and he will shoot 2.
Fouls on Hudson Baker, his first personal.
Joe Page is set to check in. 6'5" senior transfer from Parsons. Cruz at the line shooting 2. 6'2" senior. As it's pretty much all upperclassmen for the Braves as he misses the first as they start 3 seniors and 2 juniors. As Joe Page replaces Matthew Boyle. As Labette County starts a junior, senior, junior, and a senior. So both these teams pretty even and similar stories and histories of last season as the second free throw's good. Bonner went 12-9 last year. Labette went 12-10. Very similar squads. Phillips drives out of control, finds Eaton. Now Page in the corner, loses it but gets it back. Skip pass to Vincent at the logo, 6-0 Braves. 4.5 first quarter. Eaton pulls up from short, misses. Baker fighting, foul. Oh, jump ball, all right. As it's going to be Braves basketball, but it looked like the referee was going to point the other way, and that was going to be foul 2 on Baker, but it was just a jump ball.
Yeah, that was a good thing there, and I just think the boys, they're showing similar nerves as the girls did. I'm not sure exactly if they're not confident in what they're running or what's going on, but they just need to settle down and play how they know, because each of these boys are fantastic ball players.
Interesting matchup ensuing here as Demetro Maslock checks in. A 6'6" senior center for the Braves is in there with Hudson duking it out. Here's a pull-up from 15, no good from Strite, and on the deck is Maslock, has it, and finds Cruz. Ball's in the corner to Doss, one-on-one with Baker, snatches it back, Baker not fooled. Midcourt at the logo is Price. 4 minutes in, 6-0. Grizzlies are scoreless. Here is Maslock pulling up from short and misses, as the vibe I'm getting from the gym is that Maslock is a fan favorite.
Yes, that was exactly what I was getting ready to say.
As a floater from Vincent over the fingertips of Demetro's off the mark. Here comes Strite. He can score. Bounce pass Cruz. Layup, no. Rebound and out of bounds Bonner. It'll be Grizzly basketball. Labette County's in their road reds with yellow trim or white trim and white numerals, and Bonner's in their home white. Labette County with 2 team fouls, Bonner with 3. Labette County nearly scoreless, as I believe it was just 6 or 8 points Labette County scored in the first quarter against Bonner last year. Phillips misses long left on a 3. Still scoreless is Labette County. As here's a driving, swerving, and scoring Cameron Doss. He is shifty, 8-0 Braves. Labette has to get out in front. Eaton with a quick 3 off the mark. Tipped out. Labette County's going to have to slow down. Here comes Rainey, who just checked in and scores. Argerbright wants the 30-second timeout. Labette County getting beaten every phase. Shooting too quick on offense, not getting back fast enough on defense. We'll take 30 seconds on KLKC Parsons.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with the free ScoreStream mobile app. Just download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video from your game and your rivals. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Isabel, let me bring you in here. As ever since the game started, I've been playing catch up. I'm glad we interviewed Vollmer. I want to put that first. I apologize for the sloppy start of the broadcast of the men's game, but just kind of recap what we've seen for our listeners as Labette County trails 10-0.
Yeah, it's just been a lot of fast-paced, poor passing, poor shots, and Bonner finally figured it out for their end, but Labette County is still looking to score here.
Joe Page looks to open up the scoring and finds the bottom of the net, gives a little celebration as he turns around. Labette County up 10-3, down 10-3, out of the timeout, first basket of the game. Here's a drive and kick, ball being rotated. Doss looking to score some more, misses wide, rebound Page. Joe with an instant impact in this one. A board and 3 points in about 10 seconds. Looks for another off left. Rebound Baker backside, duking it out with a 6'6" center from Bonner in Masslock, and a travel on Griff Eaton.
Yeah, that's something he's been caught in before. He's another one of those that likes to just put his foot down before he dribbles, so that's something he'll definitely have to watch this game as well.
2:18 to play first quarter, as checking out is Maslock. He's replaced by Strite, I believe. If not, I believe it was Graham, one of the two. Here's Strite, head fake, pull up. That's his routine. He hits. Beautiful. Kalen Strite, big score. Everybody knew it coming in. Extends the Bonner lead to 9, 12-3. Labette County tries to get it in. All business are the Braves right now.
They're definitely pushing the tempo right now, and that speed is very fast, and Labette County is just trying to hang on.
As head coach for Bonner Springs is Dan Strite. Kalen is coach's son. As head coach for Labette County is Bradley Argebright. As here's a foul on Joe Page underneath. Shooting two at the line is going to be Tavian Cruz. As definitely an uglier start to the first start of the season than most would have predicted, honestly, as there were some certainly high expectations coming in, but if you want to put stock in the first 7 minutes of the season, go ahead, but that's not wise. First free throw is good for Cruz, as this happened a lot last year. Labette County would be down a lot at the end of the first.
Yes.
Kind of get back in it at halftime, and then make a huge third quarter surge, and we'd all be back in it come the fourth. That happened just about every game.
Definitely the trend.
Second free throw's perfect for Cruz as well. 14-3 Bonner, 95 seconds to go, opening quarter. Here's Vinson, good matchup out front with Rainey. Has to reverse to Eaton. It's a zone defense. Boyle back in the ball game. Griff Eaton with it right side. Baker comes to set the screen, but Eaton picked up his dribble. Has to reverse to Vincent. Strite. He wants it. Long pass up ahead to Doss. Defended by Eaton. Step back three. Short, as that would have really hurt Labette. Put him down 14. Here's Joe Page with it. A long pass to Griff Eaton. Tipped out of bounds by Doss. It stays with the team in red. It just takes sometimes this happens, Isabel. You just got to settle in. You got to find your identity. This team doesn't have one yet. It's a new starting lineup comparative to last season's starting five. As here's another turnover as Griff Eaton throws it over Matthew Boyle's head out of bounds.
Yeah, and I mean, some teams click more quickly with chemistry. Some teams take a little bit longer, so I think it's just the process of figuring it out.
Right, and they will. They're too good of basketball players not to, and I expect them to be in this game come second half. As here's a steal from Labette County as Doss hit the deck and Eaton poked it away. Here comes Griff Eaton snatching back. Eaton open, head fakes. Options to reverse it around the horn. Joe Page, his favorite spot, the corner, off the mark. Skip up ahead. I think it was tipped by Joe, and Doss is fouled by Vincent. He'll shoot two. This Braves team is quick. 13.1 on the clock. Labette trails by 11. Doss takes 2 dribbles, takes a hard spin, and connects. 15-3, as Doss has been a big part of this Bonner production, especially in transition. He is speedy. But hopefully Labette County can get something to fall in the 13 seconds they have remaining in this first quarter, because 1 field goal in 1 quarter.
Yeah.
As Doss connects on the second. Labette County showing not much urgency as Bonner's press is still bothering them. Here's an intercepted pass. Bonner with 5 seconds. Here's a pass to Strite. He'll reverse it. A big 3 if it goes, and it does. Tavian Cruz nails a 3-pointer at the first quarter buzzer. It is 19-3 Bonner at the end of 1. What a shocker. We'll be back in 60 seconds on KLKC.
Day & Zimmerman, one of the largest privately owned companies in the U.S. with operations across the country and internationally. We are comprised of multiple brands that put people to work, protect our freedoms, and improve the world. The Parsons, Kansas location has manufactured munitions for over 50 years for our country's warfighters. Day & Zimmerman has immediate openings for production operators starting at $18.02 an hour on our weekend crew. Work a 12-hour day shift Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and receive 40 hours of pay. We also offer competitive benefits. Apply today.
Hopefully Labette County can shake off whatever just happened in the first quarter, slow down and get good looks.
Yeah.
Here's Griff Eaton underneath and misses. Rebound Bonner.
Yeah, I feel like the Labette Grizzlies were not sure what happened to them as they just kind of stood there and just had this look of just lost on their face.
Yeah,
I mean, they just did not know what was going on.
Here's Eaton with the basketball. Here's a steal by Strite. He's going to try to dunk it. Lost the handle, but somehow got it to lay in anyways. As Bonner Springs is up 18, 21-3. Labette County looking the same here in the second quarter. Joe Page kicks it to Phillips in the corner. Page cuts, doesn't get it. Phillips underneath, and he's fouled. So finally a stoppage of play in favor of Labette County as Phillips will shoot 2 free throws.
And that was good effort by Xavier there because, I mean, they've got to get something going at this point. I mean, anything really to try to just gain momentum and get the scoring back on the board for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, as you just have to have a 6-0 run, something.
Yeah.
A 7-0 run,
yeah.
a 5-0 run, you know, to chip away as Phillips misses the first free throw. As Bonner Springs is definitely getting up and down quicker than I remember from last season. As run, Phillips misses the pair. Scoreboard frozen at 21-3 in favor of the home team in white. Here's Phillips on the ball. Doss has been electric. Steps back from 14, scores.
What a shot.
23-3, 20-point Bonner lead. Page left open, lets it rip, hits. Joe Page with Labette County's 6 points, 23-6. So there's a good positive start to hopefully a run for Labette. Here's Doss working on Vincent, gets inside the free throw lane, cut off, and Baker rebounds and outlets off the fingertips of Phillips. Doss gets it back, open for 3, misses, soaring in for the rebound, and finding it is Cruz, and a foul on Labette. As you finally get an opportunity, and then you just let a outlet pass get way out of whack.
Yeah, Hudson just, I don't even know, I mean.
And then you miss 2 offensive or defensive rebounds.
Yeah, he just wasn't, I don't know if he wasn't looking right or just thought that Xavier was up the floor further than he was. But that was just an error there by the Grizzlies.
Doss will man it off the inbounds, fakes the reverse and is blocked by Baker. Big time rejection. Here comes Trey Vinson spinning. Hits a cutting Matthew Boyle underneath, misses the lay-in, and it's picked up by Boyle. Looking to make something Baker, and now Boyle gets his miss and misses. Rebound Bonner.
He is hot right now.
Gives Bonner back a 20-point lead.
And that's hard to guard when somebody is that hot.
Phillips Euro steps and scores.
Xavier Phillips.
His first points of the game. Joe Page with 6, Xavier Phillips with 2, 26-8 Bonner. Kick out to Doss. Surprised he didn't shoot it, but Cruz will, in and out. Here comes Phillips, turns into the chest of Price, and he's fouled. As that will be the 5th team foul on Bonner, as Labette County has 5 team fouls as well. Checking in for the Braves is Jermaine Wilson and Kalik Rainey, 2 players whom we have not seen this evening. A senior is Rainey, and a junior is Wilson. As there is not a sophomore or a freshman on this varsity roster that I have in front of me. It is all seniors and juniors, which is how it should be, I guess, but you don't see that all the time anymore. 2-3 zone from the Braves. Here's Baker. Right hand shot. Good. Labette County on a little 4-0 run here. 26-10. 5:15 to go in the first half. As you got to play inside out if you want to get back in it, Isabel.
Yes, exactly. And like you were saying, just go on little runs, chip away, go back to the fundamentals. Don't let the other team get in your head. So we'll see what the Grizzlies can do on this possession.
3-point miss from Rainey. Labette County with a chance at a 6-0 run or greater. And a push in the back of Baker. That's on Graham. He can't believe it. That's the 6th team foul on Bonner. And checking back in is the 6'6" senior Dimitro Maslock. He will replace Graham. That's his 3rd. Wow, that's big. Baker will inbound for Labette County to the right side of the basket. Shoots where it's at. 4:52 to go in the half. Labette down 16. On a 4-0 run, entry pass to Baker. Kick out to Phillips, looking for one. He'll settle for a pair of free throws. And Hudson Baker having an impact. And that's their identity.
Yeah.
Whether it's Hudson or not, their identity is back them down and either shoot a fader, if you're Xavier or Matthew, or lean in and shoot a strong hook if you're Baker.
Yeah, and that's exactly, we've seen that thankfully on the past few possessions from Baker, is he's going to have to learn to go up strong and just take it right at him. Whether he makes it, doesn't get the foul, or draws the foul, they need him to be that facilitator for them, and so it's good to see that out at number 15.
Baker connects on one of the 2, missed the first, hit the second. 4:35 to play in the first half, a 5-0 run for Labette. Here's Kalen Strite looking to make Bonner underneath, and that's going to be an and one.
Basket by Tavian Cruz.
I'm sure you heard the announcer through the microphone. That's Cruz on the and one. Is right when you thought you were going to get that 7-0 run.
Yeah.
It's responded by an and one from Cruz.
Tavian Cruz at the line, shooting 1.
And that is one thing about these Bonner Spring Braves. They definitely are not afraid to take it right at the basket.
No, they're not. And they're not afraid to let the threes fly either.
No.
Especially Cameron Doss. He's an elite scorer. As the 3-point play is converted by Cruz, lead back out to 18 for Bonner. 4:20 to play in the first half. Trey Vinson running point. On the floor is Griff Eaton, Matthew Boyle, Hudson Baker, and Joe Page. Baker catches and clears, kicks it out. Boyle back to Baker, right block. Now Page lets it fly, man in his face, misses short air ball. Tough shot selection from Page, up ahead, Doss, layup, good. Man, they move.
They do, they are fast.
They don't dribble.
No, it's just passing, which is so efficient, but these guys are great on transition, and that's, I think, where a lot of their scoring has come from.
Boyle tried to find Baker and somehow caught his own pass pretty much as it was off Baker's hands. And Griff Eaton hits a 3 from the far corner right in front of the Brave student section. As it'll be 31-14 Bonner now, as that's 3 threes for Labette County tonight. 2 from Joe Page and 1 from Griff, as Doss is blocked by Baker. As Boyle loses it, he had Vincent wide open. Here comes Doss. Layup, no, but a foul is called. That's a 4-point swing should he make these 2 free throws.
And that's huge.
If Boyle handles that blocked shot from Baker that he rejected, all he had to do was turn, throw it to Trey, and he makes a layup, and we're within 15.
Yeah.
But he lost it, and now their best scorer so far is shooting 2 free throws.
Yeah, and that's something that you can't have, especially when you're down already this much.
Doss lets it fly. The right-hander makes the first one as Kagan Bates checks in. An outstanding safety on our football team, just a freshman. And we'll see Barrett Heston later, I'm sure, a freshman as well, 5'11". But Kagan Bates wins games up here in his mind. His vision is something else, and that's where he has advantages over players that are bigger than him. As Doss makes both, 33-14. .310 to go in the half. A 2-3 zone from Bonner. Boyle gets in the heart of it and makes the left-hand layup. Gives a fist pump as he gets the monkey off his back. 33-16. Here's Bonner quickly the other way, already letting a 3 fly and connecting. Khalik Rainey hits a 3. They have players all over. It's not just one. Boyle dribbles into the heart of the zone, and it's a jump ball, possession arrow, Bonner. As it's just a lot of one-on-one right now.
Yeah, and I think that's something Labette County, I mean, I don't know if it's going back to the drawing board or having Coach Argerbright sit down and talk with them, but they're taking it and just going, one person tries to drive, one person does this, one person tries to do this. They need to work as a team and run an offense all as one, and then once the opening shows, then score.
A 3-pointer from Strite rattles home, hit the front of the rim, and fell true. 39-16, a beatdown here in Bonner. Labette County looking to change that on this possession. Or it'll take more than one possession, but they're looking to start something here. 2:30 to go in the half. It's a big 2:30. As here's a steal, pass up ahead. Doss, layup, good.
Basket by Cameron.
As this is just a shocker.
It really is.
No one really saw this coming, maybe not even Bonner fans. Here's Baker underneath, left-hand hook, no. He's hit in the face and will go to the free throw line for the second time this evening.
Fouls on Demetrio Maslak, his 3rd personal.
As this next 2 minutes and these free throws are important because you either lose this game in the next 2 minutes or give yourself a chance to win it in the next 2 minutes.
That's such a good perspective on that, because it really, really does come. I mean, you have to start winning it back now. This is not a time for a 4th quarter comeback, especially the way Bonner is playing right now. They are playing too good.
Yeah.
To make mistakes at this point.
I mean, they're on pace to score 100, which generally averages prevail to some extent, and so they probably won't score 100. But I mean, they're surely looking unstoppable right now. Barrett Heston checks in. Hudson Baker makes the 2nd free throw. He replaces Matthew Boyle. You have Kagan Bates and Barrett Heston, both freshmen on the floor. Here's Strite into the chest of Griff Eaton. Throws it way out of bounds towards the band, and it'll be Labette County basketball looking to get within 20 on this possession as they're down 23.
Yeah, and as we talked about at this point, every possession matters. So
absolutely.
They need to score here. They need to play smart and convert.
Barrett Heston flips one to Bates. It's intercepted by Doss. Another layup, good. As Coach Argerbright signaling for a full timeout, and he'll take it.
Timeout taken by Labette County.
Not the start anyone expected, nor did anyone want to see wearing the red and gold. Labette County trails 43-18 with just over 90 seconds left in the first half. We'd like to thank Labette Health for making tonight's broadcast of Grizzly basketball possible, as other sponsors include Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Woodworth Enterprises, Herman Lumber, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506. The Corner Store, Day and Zimmerman, and SEK Orthopedic. We'd like to invite you to stay tuned here in a moment for our halftime show, brought to you by Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Gilmore, Newland, and Ray. Big thanks to all of our sponsors. As it'll be Labette County basketball after the Doss transition layup, as Coach Argabright has almost all his starters back in the game. It's Boyle, Baker, Eaton, Vinson, and Page. As Phillips is on the bench, he's the one starter out, as we have a foul on Bonner Springs, as it doesn't feel like the foul counts are where they're at. But there's 9 fouls on Bonner and 7 on Labette. It doesn't feel like that at all.
I definitely did not keep track of that over this period. It does not feel like that at all.
At the line shooting a 1-and-1 as Labette County's 1 foul away on Bonner for being in the double bonus. So he'll have to make the front end to get a second. Strong off the back iron. Rebound Wilson. This Bonner team is, their bench seems just as good as their starters.
I was going to say they're all on fire right now.
Quick, athletic, can score at all phases.
Yep.
Bounce pass inside, Cruz working on Page. Fade floater, no. Rebound off the hands of Baker. It'll stay with Bonner, as Baker's had a couple of those that he's had dead to rights, and then just maybe gets a little bit too antsy, a little too easy, I don't know. Getting lost underneath is Wilson. Missed a wide open layup, as right when he caught it, Griff Eaton threw his hands in the air, and lucky for Labette County, Wilson missed. Eaton left open, looking for his second 3 of the game. Too strong, but looked good from here. We were right in line with that. Long skip to Doss. Baker blocks it! Lands on the out-of-bounds line, so it'll stay with Bonner, but Baker with, I believe, his 3rd block of the game.
Yeah, and I think we'll see a lot more of that this season as well, because Baker's height and just mass is definitely one to be reckoned with under the basket.
As Joe Page got a rebound off of a missed jumper and didn't hold it secure enough, and it was hit out of his hands, and a layup is converted for Bonner. So even just those little plays, Labette County's being a little bit too lazy. And Griff Eaton's tripped up, and a foul is called, I think, on Wilson. Rainey.
Fouls on Khalid Rainey.
Yeah, Baker or Boyle had a rebound earlier and had Vincent wide open.
Yeah.
But Boyle lost it.
Yeah.
Baker had a rebound here, lost it. Joe Page literally had a rebound, lost it, and they scored. So just those little things. I know Coach would say the same things.
Yeah.
It's lazy. And you just got to be more secure and just have that quick twitch ready to go.
Yeah, they're just not aggressive enough under the boards. Down here, a few times we've seen them, even offensively, they'll shoot it and just start running back to the other end, where it's like, if you go crash the board, you might get 1 or 2 of those. And so it's just doing those little things not well that's put them down so much.
Griff Eaton makes the second free throw, 45-19, 23 seconds left in the half. Bonner Springs going to settle for the last shot. It has been all Braves here in the first half. Only 19 points to show for Labette County in the first half. 8 seconds. Cutting is Strite. Skip pass to Doss. Wide open. No good. Offensive rebound. He'll have time to get it off, and there's going to be an offensive foul on Bonner, so it's not going to matter. But regardless, at the end, hold on. If he called a foul, it should be, no, if it's an offensive foul, you don't get free throws.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But Argabright's talking to the officials, so we're just going to see real quick what it is. As they're going to give free throws to Labette County, so it must have been a hold or something off of the shot from Doss. Okay. It's a charge. You shouldn't get free throws off of a charge. You don't get free throws off of a charge.
Are they going to give time back on the clock?
I think they're going to put time back on the clock.
Oh, it's not
going to
be anything.
0.1. 45-19. Might as well slap on 0.1. I'll take it. Give our ESPN BPI back a 0.01% chance we got there.
No,
0.3.
We're getting more.
0.3.
Is that enough time to get a shot off?
0.3 is, I believe.
Okay.
Will would always teach me on that. 0.3 is the right amount of time to get a shot off. but it didn't matter. Pass was thrown out of the hands of Matthew Boyle. So at the halftime, 45 for Bonner and 19 for Labette County. A shocker here up by Kansas City. We'll be back. We're going to take a 4-minute timeout and come back with our halftime show by Eye Care Associates of Parsons here on KLKC Parsons. Labette County trails Bonner Springs 45-19 at the half. Thank you for tuning in to our Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show of Grizzly basketball. As Isabel, I don't think if you would have asked anybody in this gym what the score is going to be, they would have said it'd be a 26-point Bonner lead.
I definitely didn't think that. So I agree. I don't think anybody else would have predicted that as well. But here we are.
I mean, it was a combination of Labette County making them look good at times.
Yep.
Some of those just missed rebounds, missed passes, couple travels, a couple just odd things that you're not used to seeing from these guys. And then it was also, of course, a combination of Bonner looking elite. They look like a really good program, but still, I don't really care who we're playing this year. I expected this team to be able to hang with anyone.
Yeah, and that's, I think,
and they still can. I'm just saying.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
didn't expect it to be 45-19 at half.
Yeah, it's much different when you're down, 5, 6, even 10 points to a team like this rather than being down 26. And I think that's something that I think we saw that. I mean, for me, watching just their nonverbals and just as they came off the bench and would come back and different things, it was just one of those things that they just were shocked. And the biggest question is, how do you recover from that? I mean, going forward and playing a second half, because you have to keep going, you can't just give up. And so how the Grizzlies respond to this is going to be a huge thing, but I also think it's the part of just this team is full of very individual, everybody's good on their own. But it goes, okay, how do these guys play together well? And I think that's the thing they're missing. And the thing that I saw our team last year, not comparing them because, they're two totally different guys, but we have some that trailed over. And, they built that chemistry up and you saw that click, and that's what built them to be able to trust each other in passing, to be able to score those well as they did, and to have that kind of rhythm.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing that in this team. And I'm not excusing any of, they've obviously had mistakes and different things, and that's just, I'm not making excuses for them by any means, but I definitely think that's something that we need to see developed, is their trust in each other and just that chemistry being built, because it's I can just tell there's a lot of just, I'm not really sure what the word is, just stagnant, not really sure where to go, not sure who to pass to, and I know these guys are close, I know these guys are friends off the floor, so it's just something that's got to click to get it going on the floor.
As we were having similar conversations like this at the end of Labette County's games early in the season last year.
Yeah, we were.
Because, they were a little bit closer than this, and this still might be close when the buzzer sounds.
Yeah,
but the last year we lost to Bonner 71-61. These are our first 4 games in order. Mm-hmm. We lost to Collegiate 59-49, Circle 61-52, and Mulvane 49-35. And there were stretches in those games early where we looked like this. It was brutal. Man, we're not a team. What are we doing? And then you win 7 of your next 9.
Yeah.
So sometimes you hate it, but sometimes it's a pill you have to swallow, knowing that it takes time. Unfortunately, things take time. But to build that chemistry and build those bonds and meld together, sometimes it takes getting punched in the mouth 4 times in a row.
Yeah, because no matter what the score is at the end of this game, whether it is still, 20-point deficit, or, I would love to watch them, okay, hey, let's buckle down, let's get this done, and be able to come back. And, even if they don't lose by, 5, single digits, or make it be a close game at least, prove that they can battle back. But it might require something like this of going, man, that stinks, we never want that to happen again. And then working on it, going back, moving forward in this season. Because I know, and we've talked about it, these guys are talented, but it's just a matter of translating that to a real life game.
Now, sometimes you don't know, a really, really, really good coach that I know says sometimes you don't know what type of team you have when things are going well.
Yeah.
Adversity creates identity.
Yeah.
So first half statistics, obviously not much, at least for Labette. Joe Page hit 2 threes, 1 in each quarter. He has 6. Behind him is Hudson Baker with 5, Griff Eaton with 4, and Xavier Phillips with 2. As for Bonner Springs, it sure seemed like Cameron Doss was that leading scorer, and he was. He looked like a college athlete there in the first half.
He sure did. He was extremely impressive.
He had 19 of the 45, and Cruz had 11, and Strite, who we anticipated to be one of the bigger scorers on this team, had 8, but he didn't need to play that role at all. And that's something about Bonner that I've noticed, is that they have multiple role players that can play each other's roles.
Yeah, I mean, and that's huge for a team like that, because then you can just switch, and it's like, wait a second.
Right.
I mean, that's hard to guard, first off, but it's also really nice if you're the Braves, because it's like, yeah, you can just throw any of these guys in there, switch them up, have them run different positions, and then your scoring's limitless from there. So we'll see how the Labette Grizzlies respond to that with their defense.
As Labette County will get the ball to start things off. Ball is tossed into Griffin Eaton. Let me try that again. And we're underway in the second half, and a quick pitch out of bounds. Turnover Labette County. Isabel, same story in the first 7 seconds of half number 2.
Yeah, and that, I mean, that's just something you can't have. I mean, those are things that I know Coach talked to them about in that locker room. So we hopefully will see them shore those things up quickly here.
Doss looking for points 20, 21, and 22, but misses on the 3. Thought I'd try something new. I didn't really like it. Here's Phillips jump stopping at the block, finds a flashing Boyle, and he'll lay it in. That's good offense. Pass, cut, score. Boyle with 4 points tonight.
Yeah, and that looked much better. They looked much more composed in that transition.
Here's Strike, kick out, three-pointer on the way for Cruz, rattles home. Cruz had a big first half as well behind Doss, and has a nice start to a second here tonight. 48-21 Bonner, just a minute in to the off the mark. Rebound Boyle, put back, yes. Matthew Boyle with all 4 of Labette County's points here in the second half. Labette County looking more active on defense. Pass across the paint, tipped by Vincent. Ball's on the floor. Somehow it's picked up by Cruz, and he lays it in. That one was not because of a lack of effort, Isabel.
No, definitely not. I was just getting ready to say that there is much more effort on both ends of the floor, crashing the boards and getting offensive rebounds. So that is definitely something Labette County needs to continue.
Ooh, as Xavier Phillips caught it wide open in the wing, and Hudson thought he was going to shoot the 3.
Yeah.
But Phillips kind of gave like a fake shot, and then a quick pass to Hudson, hit him right in the face and went out of bounds. So a turnover Labette, as Hudson just was not ready for that bullet of a pass. As here's a three-pointer from Strite. It is good.
Strite.
As we have a 30-second timeout from Coach Strite of Bonner Springs. We'll take a 30-second timeout on KLKC.
Everybody is different. Some get injured, while others simply wear down. Whether it's on the court, on the field, or at the gym, Labette Health's orthopedic and sports medicine team has the training and skill to repair, restore, and renew. We share the same goal, and together we'll write your comeback story. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine team, go to LavetteHealth.com.
Bonner still in a full court press. They break it, or Labette County breaks it, and then Hudson throws it away. Here comes Doss across the timeline. Flip to Strite, straight away 3 off the left side. Rebound Vincent. Vincent full head of steam, tries to slow it down, gets by Strite, and does a Euro flip to Baker, who lays it in. Nice job from Trey Vincent. Never passed it, but didn't need to. He knew what he was doing. Baker for 2.
Yeah, and that was a good put up by Baker.
Nice strong move from Baker. 53-25 Bonner. 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Eaton just rips it away from Doss. Here's Boyle at the other end. Left hand layup, no. Rebound Bonner. Here comes Doss. Skip pass. Three-pointer in front of the student section. Too strong. Vincent with it. Ran into, no call. Price there. Should have been called for a foul. And Eaton's pass is off of the foot of Baker, it looked like. Here comes Doss. Lob up to Strite. Layup. Good. If Strite could dunk, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. Again, we're seeing Bonner just continue to run the floor with their transition and their great defense of getting the picks and putting it in for easy buckets.
Boyle gets out of a double. Eaton straight away lay. 55-27.
and that's a move we saw a lot from him last season. So hopefully he'll be able to open up and get more looks like that.
Eaton still wearing that heavy-duty elbow brace that we saw him wearing at the red and gold scrimmage. Phillips gets in a passing lane, but fortunately for Bonner, falls in Price's hands. Price gives to Doss, facing up with Eaton. Calls in a set play. Drive from Graham, up and under. Now driving is Price, layup, no, and a charge is called.
Fouls on Patrick Price. His third personal.
That is 3 on Price. .424, third quarter, Labette trails. Isabel, how many points is that? 55, 20,
don't ask me that question.
I'm not asking because of the deficit. It's kind of an inside joke because I like math, but Isabel does not. So just kind of poking with you. As Vincent was looking for Phillips on the wing, and it was batted out of bounds by Caldwell, who just checked in for Price. Here's Eaton off the inbounds, pulls up from about 6 feet and gets it to go. Nothing but the bottom of nylon. 55 to 29. Labette County trails. Here's Doss with a bounce pass in front of Coach Strite. Tracking it down in the corner is Hooks. Also a newly checked in Brave this evening. Here's a three-pointer left wide open, and he's going to make it. That is Cruz again. He can stroke it just as well as Doss can. Here's Boyle with the cut. Right hand layup. Had to make do in the air. Switch from left to right. He misses. Here comes Hook. Nice pass across the paint. Blocked by Baker. A fadeaway way off the mark from Hooks. Rebound Vinson. Way up ahead Eaton. Right hand layup. Good. Follow up. Here's Baker. Stripped of it and a foul.
Fouls on Brendan Graham. His fourth personal.
That will be 4 on Graham, as he picked up 3 early, so he's played with 3 for a while and done a nice job. It looks like Maslock, the 6'6" center, wearing the orange headband and orange sweatbands on his wrist. I like it. It looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he's definitely making a statement with that.
As Baker makes the first free throw, as Maslock replaces the 4-foul Graham.
I can do that math. We're at a 28-point deficit.
It's 58 to 30. Nice job. I'm proud of you. As Baker knocks down both, good sign from the big man. And Labette County just has to string together a few stops and get to 40 or so come the fourth quarter. Here's Maslock, defended by Joe Page, fresh off the bench. Had a nice first half, he did. As a straightaway three's knocked down by Hooks. As whatever they're throwing up's falling, Isabel. Here's Vincent, a pass to Baker, in and out of his hands, turnover. That play right there sums up the whole first half.
Yeah, it really does. It's just they're not making good plays and just being careless with the ball and letting Bonner run the floor and run whatever they want.
We just surpassed the 3-minute mark. Bonner already hit 61 points. As here's a take, layup, right hand, good from Tavian Cruz. Man, he can score the basketball. Doss does the flashy stuff, but Cruz does the dirty work, and man, does he do it well. Here's Griff Eaton at the free throw stripe, batted away by Hooks. Here he comes across the timeline. Page poking at it, can't find it. Doss straight away in front of the bench, off the mark, soaring in for the rebound. What a save, and it's put in by Hooks. 2 men who have just came off the bench. Caldwell with a fantastic save and Hooks with an awesome finish. 65-31 Bonner. Labette County's in trouble. Here's Page, tracking it down, flips it to Phillips, straight away three-pointer, no good. Rebound backside, Cruz.
And it's just hard to watch because you want the shots to fall for them, but nothing they're doing is going in, and Bonner's over here just putting on a shooting clinic.
And why does that not surprise me? Caldwell jacks up his first 3 of the night, hits the rim, bounces 2 feet in the air, hits the rim again and falls. As Labette County is down 37 points. Yes, I got it. My reputation's on the line now. I'm outspoken about my love for math. Joe Page lets one rip. He hit 2 in the first. Can't find this one. 90 seconds to play. Quarter number 3. No illegal screen on Maslock. And here comes Doss on this end. He'll take it to the free throw line, and a running floater is pretty. Falls right in. As Doss hurt his left ankle, as he's still down here on this end, and he'll have a seat on the hardwood. And they'll take a moment and attend to Cameron Doss, who's injured at the free throw line. A couple subs are going to check in for the Braves. It's Strite and Wilson as they help Doss gingerly. Left ankle, looks like. Now he's under his own power. 70-31 Bonner. Phillips will throw it in. Griff Eaton's going to be the point guard. He'll dribble across the line and face a 2-3 zone. Coach Argerbright's having a word with the official down here on the bench. Gives him 2 pats on the back and walks away. Sure, that was a glorious conversation. Here's Phillips with it back to Eaton straight away. The ball pressure from Bonner has been relentless.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a nice dump down to Vincent, blocked out of bounds by Wilson. But that was good offense. I don't think the ball touched the wood, and they got a great look.
Yeah, I was going to say that was just even though it got blocked, that was a well-run offense, and definitely a little bit of glimmer of hope for Labette County to get things running right.
Joe Page is going to take one to the rack and gets the and one. Stares down Maslock and says and one. As Joe Page is definitely the most outspoken of the bunch after he makes a nice play, but you got to have personality on a squad, in my opinion. 58 seconds left in the third. Joe Page looking to convert the three-point play. He's had a nice game, slowly but surely knocks it down. 55 seconds left, third quarter. Page tries to gamble on a pass, or a steal rather, and misses. He'll have to get back in position. Here comes Bonner, beautiful bounce pass and finish at the rim from Kalen Strite. As every time they get the ball, they score, Isabel. That's hard to beat. Here's Baker underneath, pivoting, finds Page. Head fake, step back in front of the bench, didn't get it. Baker goes right back up, gets the offensive rebound and scores, as he's going to have to do a lot of that when we enter SEK play, as we've got to play through Hudson whether we like it or not.
Yeah, we definitely.
I mean, I love it.
Oh yeah.
But I know some of these other guys like to man the offense sometimes. But I think we've got to let Hudson work down there.
Yeah, I agree.
Not saying that was a bad thing at all. 5 seconds left, and we're going to have a foul after a missed Braves shot. It's going to be going the other way. It's on Bonner, and that'll be 4 fouls on Bonner in the second half and 0 on Labette. Page is going to throw it in, and it's batted out instantly by Rainey. About .5 comes off the clock. 4.8 the scoreboard reads. Phillips is going to throw it in over Rainey, who just deflected the last out of bounds. Right in front of his own bench, finds Page in the corner. 3 seconds. Good pass to Baker inside, and he's fouled. Caldwell can't believe it. I think that's his first, but Baker's going to shoot 2 free throws with 1.7 on the clock.
His first personal. Hudson Baker at the line, shooting 2.
Takes 3 dribbles, bends at the waist and fires, and connects. As that's something, Baker, I remember he's played varsity since his freshman year and struggled from the line, but he's figured it out.
I was getting ready to
even
say
last year.
He's come a long way in his free throw shooting, and definitely something you need from a big, as somebody that's going to go up a lot.
As he misses the second, and the buzzer sounds after the rebound. So at the end of 3, Bonner 72, Labette 37. We'll step aside for 60 seconds, and fourth quarter action will be coming your way here on KLKC Parsons.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
A kicked ball will stop play for a brief moment. Bonner will retain possession. 72-37 Braves, as I believe that's a running clock, and it is. Wow, a running clock. Would not expect that coming into the evening, as Cameron Doss is going to kiss one off the glass. Little fader just outside the block. He's had a fabulous evening. Here's Phillips. Nice bounce pass to Baker. Nice head fake and finish from the big man for Labette County, as he's slowly found a few grooves here and there for the team in red. 7 minutes left in the ball game.
Yeah, that's definitely something red from Hudson, because any experience he can get at the rim is a win for Labette.
Contested at the top of the layup is Cruz, and it was nearly blocked. Page misses a lay-in, but Phillips follows it up. A little 4-0 run for Labette County, potentially trying, or I know they're trying, but potentially making this one more respectable than it is. Still down 33 points on the road. Here's Doss. I'm sure he wants to make up for his last turnover at the rim. He'll give it up. Deep right side is Price. Coming around the screen, here's Doss from the corner. Lets it fly and hits. Turns and gives a little peek to the student section. Like, did you just see that? As he extends the lead back to 36. Baker gives a little shake, turns and scores on Cruz. Sneak a peek and Baker will make you pay. Bounce pass inside, stolen away by Phillips. Here's Baker, one-on-one, and he'll try to dunk it and miss as he didn't go up strong enough as he jogs back. Here's Page looking to reject it, and does. I think that's off of the Braves, and it is. A nice play from Joe Page in transition.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, you just want to make the deficit here more respectable, and so hopefully Labette County and managed to put a few more on the board here. Nice pass from Vincent to Phillips, now to Baker, off the glass, too strong. Here come the Braves, and I think we have a travel, and we do. Turnover Bonner, that's back-to-back for the Braves. Checking back in is Maslock, along with, whoa, a whole new 5 here. Really testing my ability here. We have Darnez Hooks checking back in, Jermaine Wilson, Kalik Rainey, and Wyatt Caldwell. As the student section chants Wyatt Caldwell, they're across the court. As here's Joe Page with it, dribble handoff to Eaton, switches directions right to left. Loses it, tipped high in the air, caught by Hooks. Here comes Bonner. Not so fast, says Phillips, stolen away. Joe Page, layup, no, and he'll shoot 2 free throws as he turned his back to Maslock in midair and somehow drew that foul as he shot a Harlem Globetrotter layup. I am pleased with the effort, though, that we are seeing out of Joe tonight. Because, again, he is a transfer from Parsons. And so, again, you never know what you're going to get with new players, especially that haven't been in the system for as many years. And so it's nice to see him out there.
As he's definitely had the most personality. And I think that'll be the case all season because that's just how Joe is. Yeah. If he hits a 3, he's going to let you know it. And I think that's a good thing for a team to have as he makes the first free throw. But aside from just personality, he's had the highest motor. Yeah. He's ready to go.
I agree. He has definitely had the most drive that I've seen out of a player tonight, and so I hope he can hopefully inspire and motivate his teammates for future games here.
4 new Grizzlies check in. Lawrence Holt awaits the free throw from Page, and he'll have to wait a little bit longer as Page misses. Kendall Holtzman comes in. Dylan Johnson, a 6'3" forward, comes in. Here's a 3-pointer missed from Bonner. and along with Kagan Bates and Barrett Heston, also in the ball game. 3:30 to go, running clock, 77-44. Heston gives a little head fake shake. Kick to Bates, gets a man in the air and throws it away. Here comes Bonner. Hooks, defended by Holtzman, wanted to take the charge, and he missed the layup anyways. Here comes Page dribbling to the corner. Still going baseline. He's determined and draws a block. So Joe Page being relentless pays off. Clock continues to run as Lawrence Holt was getting ready to go in, but has to wait because he's going in for Joe.
Yeah. He's got to let the man shoot some free throws first.
As Lawrence Holt, I'm sure you all recognize that name. Great football player. Well, I guess Joe will come out, but there's 4 football players in front of us right now.
Yeah.
All 4 of them started. So all-around athletes wearing red tonight. Joe Page misses them both. As rebound fought for, Holtzman comes down with it. Page misses a bunny. Rebound Caldwell, but Page takes it away again. And Coach Argerbyte's going to signal for substitution. Joe Page, ever since Lawrence Holt made his way to that scores table, Joe Page has racked up every stat that has ever been invented.
Yeah. He was like, no, Coach, don't take me out.
Yeah. We have a chance.
Yeah.
Barrett Heston's going to throw it in left side of the goal, finds Bates in the corner. Lawrence Holt at the volleyball line. 2 minutes to go in this one. Set play for Bates in the corner, not open. Dribbles into the chest of Caldwell and just loses it out of bounds. Oh, they call a block on Caldwell.
I was going to say they got to push on him, so Kagan's going to shoot 1-and-1.
As Labette County's yet to foul Bonner in the second half. I don't even know how that's possible.
I don't either. Actually.
See if the freshman can get some varsity points here. First free throw's good. Good for you, Kagan. Gets his first points as a varsity player here in high school.
Especially a free throw. That can sometimes kind of be a lot of pressure for someone who's never played on a varsity floor before.
Calmly eyes down the second and misses in and out. Minute 20 left in this one. Bonners ran away with it from the word go. Dump inside. Holt defending Hooks. Labette County in a man-to-man defense. At the foot of the low goes Rainey. Cradles. Goes up and under. Dish off. Layup. No good from Hooks. Rebound is on the deck. Holt comes away with it. A minute and counting left in the game. Holt flips it over the head of Hooks to Holtzman. Here's a cutting Bates. Left-hand layup. No. Almost got it to fall. It was a pretty reverse. Here's a drive and a finish that comes up just shy from Wilson. Rainey with the board. Rainey with the handoff. Graham, a starter in the game for Bonner, playing with 4 fouls, misses on a 3. As Bonner could just run it out if they wanted to. Here's a kick to Caldwell. The student section wants it, and they won't get it. But another offensive rebound and a putback from Graham.
Basket by Brendan Graham.
Barrett Heston flips it up ahead. Working underneath and being blocked is Dylan Johnson. Out of bounds, it stays with Labette. As they can run a play real quick. If they want to be greedy, they have 7 seconds to go. 5 seconds as the clock is running, if you're wondering why. Heston throws it in. Holtzman dishes it to Bates and won't get a shot off. It was an ugly night for Labette County to open the season up. They played a great team, and they didn't play so great. But Labette County is going to look to straighten things up next week as the circle tournament begins, as that'll be a good opportunity to keep battling these tough non-conference opponents. But they lose this one 79-45. We'll step aside for 2 minutes on KLKC and come back with our Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. This was